feel-good song. And I'm happy to welcome you to the Super Morning Show this morning on Joy 99.7 FM with the song. My name is Joseph Akoto Boateng. That's what I play Joe Metal. I won't introduce myself as Kojo. I will tie into the Joseph name and ask for blessings on you, additions on you, anything you wish to have. How are you this morning? You good? You good? Are you sure you are good? If you are not, what can we do to make your day better? What can I do to make your day better? But remember that there is nothing God cannot do to make your day better, okay? There is nothing God cannot do for you. So if there is anything on your heart this morning, if there is anything troubling you this morning, just go on your knees, say a sincere prayer, go out there and do the work to get you to achieve whatever it is that you want to do. Welcome to the Super Morning Show once again. The president has ordered the evacuation of injured traders in the Burkina Faso fatal attack. And this attack is still getting us to talk. A lot of people are saying, let's produce our own tomatoes. Let's produce everything we need. What would it take to be tomato sufficient in the country? The vegetable producers and exporters have released a statement that if the government gave farmers support in the country, farmers could actually produce everything that we needed. How do we deal with this? There is good news for those who are affected by the domestic debt exchange program. The government has paid 10 billion Ghana cedis worth of interest. And so people should be smiling to the bank. What does this mean? And what else needs to be done when it comes to the domestic debt exchange program? The LGBTQ plus law, the bill has been laid in Parliament. How are we going to handle it this time around? For a bill that was passed by Parliament and not assented by the President, what processes will it go through? We'll give you more updates, plus there are a lot of stories. Ghana is losing about 4.5 billion Ghana cedis to traffic congestion. We are all losing. How do we fix this? We have the newspapers coming up. We have the news coming up. We have sports coming up. It's a full package for you this morning on the Super Morning Show. Yesterday we brought the Ghana Water Company MD. I hope a lot of your questions were answered. But if there is anything on your heart, 055-1111-997. We'll be ready to talk about your issues here on the show. But before that, Mami Isinyamiche Thompson, my sister, she's here with the news at 6. So let's have the news at 6. The whole team is here and we are going with you till 10 a.m. when Doreen takes over. Once again, welcome to the Super Morning Show. My name is Kojo Akoto Boateng. I'm here with Winston Kofi Amoah on your choicest morning show in the whole of West Africa. Welcome once again.
Hello, good morning and welcome to Joy News at 6. The news is live on Joy 99.7 FM, hits 103.9 FM in Accra. In Kumasi, we on Love 99.5 and in all 16 regions of Ghana via various affiliates. Also live on myjoyonline.com, X Spaces, YouTube and on Facebook. Coming up, Russia responds to Ghana's protest over the viral leak of explicit images, saying it is investigating the suspected cybercrime and is ready to cooperate, even as questions remain over the suspect's true identity. We have details following a meeting with Foreign Affairs Minister Akoto. Also coming up this morning, minority calls for independent probe following attacks on Ghanaian traders in Burkina Faso.
As many security experts have pointed out, we should have some sort of an independent inquiry into this matter, to get into this matter, to assemble all the facts.
In business,
license buying companies signal preparedness to talks on possible restructuring of more than 10 billion Ghana cedis debt owed by Cocoa Board.
These and more with me, Mami Sinyamiche Thompson. This morning, Russian Ambassador to Ghana, Sergei Benikov, says Russian authorities are actively investigating the individual linked to the viral leak of explicit images involving Ghanaian women, describing the case as part of a broader cross-border cybercrime concern. He stressed that the name circulating publicly is not a recognized Russian name, but rather a vulgar expression, and noted that similar alleged activities in other countries have already drawn the attention of Russian law enforcement. While he could not confirm the suspect's nationality, the ambassador reaffirmed Russia's readiness to cooperate with Ghana and share relevant information to support ongoing investigation. And this was after the Minister of Foreign Affairs and Regional Integration, Kojo, summoned him over the unlawful act. Meanwhile, the member of Foreign Affairs Committee in Parliament, Patrick Boama, doubts Ghana can extradite the suspect, citing jurisdictional limitations and lack of extradition agreements.
Has there been a complaint by any of the victims to the police? That's a question we must answer. Thirdly, has there been a charge against the Russian? Because there has to be a charge before you can trigger, if even there is a possibility of extradition. And I want to put on record that Ghana and Russia do not have an extradition treaty. A treaty simply means an agreement between two countries in writing. The last time I checked, Ghana does not have an extradition treaty with Russia.
To Parliament now, Ranking Member for Foreign Affairs and Regional Integration, Samuel Abdullah Jinapo, has expressed deep concern over attacks on Ghanaian traders in Burkina Faso, describing the incident as a clear intelligence failure and a wake-up call for national security. On Top Story, he urged the government to consider an independent inquiry to assemble all facts surrounding the attacks and prevent future tragedies.
We've not gotten a full briefing on this matter as a committee, and that is also very worrying. We think that this is a big wake-up call to the national security architectural apparatus of our country. And as many security experts have pointed out, we should have some sort of an independent inquiry into this matter, to get into this matter, to assemble all the facts, and be able to inform our country and its agencies and state apparatus to be able to be on top of future occurrences such as this.
We also know that the president has announced that the Ghana Armed Forces will evacuate Ghanaian traders injured in the armed insurgent attacks in Burkina Faso to Ghana for continued medical treatment. Moving on, public anger over the government's decision to slash the cocoa producer price continues to intensify, triggering sharp divisions in Parliament, where the minority is demanding an immediate reversal. The Minister for Finance last week announced a reduction of more than 1,000 cedis per bag, citing a downturn in international cocoa prices. The decision sparked heated exchanges on the floor on Tuesday after Minority Leader Alexander Penyumakin condemned the act.
We, the minority, hereby call on the government as a matter of urgency to restore the producer price of cocoa in Ghana to its original value of 3,625 Ghana cedi per 64 kilogram bag with immediate effect. We also demand that government and Cocoa Board pay any difference that farmers and the LBCs might have suffered already by the recent announcement.
Well, Majority Leader Amoah disagrees.
There's nothing illegal about what has happened. That cocoa prices can be reviewed upwards and can also be reviewed downwards. And that when you review it downwards, it's not an illegality. Same way, when you review it upwards, it's also not an illegality. So the charge that reviewing it is illegal is unfounded both in law and also in practice.
Away from Parliament, Environmental Protection Authority says it has begun investigations into how over 200 champagne machines concealed in 14 containers entered the country without proper certification. The containers intercepted at the Tema port following intelligence from National Security believed to have been destined for mining sites. Deputy CEO for Operations, Professor Michael Ayamba says the machines will remain in EPA custody and will not be released until authorities are satisfied they are not being deployed for illegal mining.
The issue is that they are being imported by a certain Chinese man whose identity we do not know now, but represented by one Kusi who is a Ghanaian. And we are told they are light agricultural machinery, that is tricycles. But our suspicion is that these machines can also be re-engineered to for use in illegal mining. That is Ashangfang. So we have currently instructed that the items be impounded and kept until we do all the necessary checks to ensure that they are actually tricycles as they have been reported.
Reacting to the development on the polls, convener of the Media Coalition Against Illegal Mining, Ken Ashigbe, commended the EPA's swift action.
So we need to commend the EPA for what has been done, but a lot more needs to be done. And we need to, and for you, the media, you also don't need to rest. We should not, wait, and then by the time we see it, all of these 14 containers get slipped into the system. There are particular places in Ghana now where all of these proscribed equipments are being sold and are being fabricated.
Right.
And if we're going to deal with this, then we should deal with it at the source, at the ports.
There's a high rate of migration among youth, particularly fishers and crop farmers, to other parts of the country and abroad in search of better opportunities. This trend has been linked to the declining reliance on fishing and farming due to extreme weather conditions. As a result, some individuals have become homeless. Mohammed Ayamba has more in today's Climate Evidence series.
According to a survey conducted by Ghana National Canoe Marine, Shama Apo in 2016 had canoe frame survey of 948 fishermen. The research indicates that within 6 years, Shama Apo has recorded a drop of over 400 fishermen.
Nana Enubaso, the chief fisherman in Shama Apo, explains some impact of the climate change effects on their fishing.
The waves have driven the fishes away, therefore forcing the fishermen to migrate to other places. This situation has occurred at many fishing communities.
We find it very difficult to go to the sea. When the waves become aggressive, we try to bring everything under control.
Shama District NADMO Administrator Mr. Martin speaks on the effects of climate change within the coastal area.
But that has already resulted in the migration of some of the fisher folks to other areas. Some people go to Ivory Coast, travel to other countries when the catch is very, very low in our district and the high temperatures, and some of the fish have been cut.
According to Mr. Martin, despite having inadequate resources to help fishermen in the area, they provide them some interventions.
Well, that's how we end this morning's bulletin here on Joy 99.7 FM. I am Amisi Nyamicha Thompson. And next is business on the Super Morning Show.
Oh, jump on now. Go. Gugomi, at what time when you come back where I don't hear the sound of your car? Why you buy new car?
No, I don't change my car. It be the same ride. It be the fuel way I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car they run like electric car. No, it's so.
This is the type of fuel where they want to. Because now engine they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it, it go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I go drive, sir.
Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. And what they bust my mind itself be the 3-in-1 action, no? Excellium they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. Won't pay when I open them.
Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel?
Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you.
Hey, then make a finish my gobe fast, then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why your hand my gobe inside?
I give you info. Make a feel the gobe too small.
The gogo.
Yo, Anna. Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
When I say ABSA, you say yes. ABSA Bakiti, we go say yes this 2026 till your jobs are dropping down. Yes, you listening to me right now. I know you get dreams. A work is here, and they work it well. Like me, I want to buy that Porsche car I've been dreaming of. I move into my dream house. No landlord will say me. Join the ABSA family and let's help you say yes to your dreams with tailored banking solutions from loans, mortgages, credit cards to digital banking and more. Make 2026 the year of yes with ABSA. Your story matters.
You need a trusty friend on whom you can depend when things come crashing down. You need a trusty friend on whom you can depend when things come crashing down. Millennium Insurance, your trustworthy friend. Millennium Insurance, your trustworthy friend.
Millennium Insurance, your trustworthy partner.
Brush, 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 get to it, get to it.
Brush your teeth every day and night. Up and down and all around. Brush your teeth right. Brush your teeth. Brush your mom and dad. Underneath and in between. Brush your germs away.
Brushing gets more fun with your kids with the new Pepsodent Kids toothpaste. Give your smiles protection that lasts. Grab yours today from a store near you. This advert is FDA approved.
Hey, Asabia, wait. I can't breathe, oh. Hey, these tests want to finish me.
Lako, this was tests and you're already tired.
Don't laugh. I really need to get fit.
Then you must come for the X edition.
X edition? Which one is that?
The 10th edition of the Omni Basic Bank Health Walk.
Oh, wow. Girl, when will that be?
Oh, on Saturday, 21st February 2026, 5:30 a.m., University of Ghana Sports Stadium. We walk through Atomic, then UPSA, and then East Legon.
Fitness and fun?
Assured. Plus massive sales of goods and services. You exercise and shop for less too.
No long talk. I'm there. Omni Basic Bank Health Walk. Better health starts here.
For more information, call 030-708-6000. Omni Basic Bank, not just another bank.
This Val's Day, don't just say I love you. Show it with a gift that keeps your loved ones moving. From February 10th to 20th, gift that special someone a full tank of love with a Star Oil fuel voucher customized with their own photo. Visit staroil.services/store to purchase and customize your preferred voucher now. Because real love doesn't run out, it stays full. Star Oil fuel vouchers, the perfect Valentine's gift.
Chale, imagine hitting the road with total peace of mind. That's the Asempa Super promo, packed with goodies from Imperial General Assurance. From January 1st to April 30, when you insure or renew your motor policy, you are not just protecting your car or yourself. You stand a chance to win instant rewards that make every drive feels like a celebration.
Here's what's waiting for you. Free fuel and EV charging coupons to keep you moving. Free vehicle diagnosis at accredited garages. A 1-year life insurance cover for extra protection, and branded souvenirs, umbrellas, tissue boxes, and more.
Don't let this moment pass. Call 0577 667 436 to 8. Speak to your broker or visit any of our agents nationwide. Insure, drive, and win big with Imperial.
Follow us on social media for all updates. T's and C's apply.
Imperial General Assurance. Solid protection.
Imperial General Assurance. Solid protection.
Welcome back, and thank you very much for staying with us here on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. And the 6 a.m. news was brought to us by Absa Bank Ghana Limited. Your story matters. Millennium Insurance, your trustworthy partner, and Total Energies. Total, we go the extra mile for you, which means we can bring you the Joy Business Report brought to us by Safari Valley Resort, bringing you closer to nature, and Omni Basic Bank, not just another bank. James, good morning.
Winston, good morning.
How you doing?
I'm good. Yourself?
Oh, well, as you can see, God is still taking care of his, children. A bit of vehicle malfunction this morning, but hey, we're here this morning, ready to, serve breakfast. Lots of issues happening, but today is the beginning of Ramadan. So the fasting begins today.
Winston, when was the last time you fasted?
Oh, well, it depends on what you consider as fasting.
Age.
Yes, but I do. So it's not a deliberate thing. I mean, I don't say, okay, I'm fasting today or I'm fasting tomorrow. But there are a lot of days that I probably ate after 12 noon. So that's like what you term half day fasting.
And that's with the one, yeah.
Oh, these days, some bit of fasting to keep the weight loss on course.
Okay. Okay.
That's the whole idea. You understand?
Yeah, I get you.
But I'm going to do the fasting with Muslim brothers and sisters.
Okay.
What I always do is that I do mine up to 12. At 12, I'd break the fast.
You can't go beyond 12?
No, in the last week of the fast, then I try to do up to 4 p.m.
Okay.
Then we'll celebrate the Ramadan together.
Okay.
I like that one. Anyway, but look, this morning we're going to be having a lot of discussions. Also, we know that government has made payments. Paid some money under the Domestic Debt Exchange Program. We'll be telling you more about that here on the Super Morning Show. But after the terrorist attack, in Burkina Faso, there's been lots of conversations now. People have talked about how the traders need protection to be able to continuously, import tomatoes into the country. The president has talked about the Ghana Armed Forces liaising with their counterparts in Burkina Faso to evacuate them, to fly them into the country. Good. But I ask a simple question. Are we not presented with an opportunity now
to start ours,
to actually focus on the production of tomato?
Exactly.
Now, if we say, we like that variety from Burkina Faso, what prevents us?
I mean, we can learn from them as well.
I mean, look, Dr. Alassane Yakubu, he used to be member of parliament for Miang. One time he became deputy minister of Agric. He shared an article with me years ago about one of Ghana's first attempts at genetic engineering. Not genetic modification, genetic engineering.
Okay.
Now, what we did, there were varieties of cassava that grew quickly, but they were poisonous. They had poisonous substances.
Oh, okay.
And there were others that didn't have those poisonous substances, but took a longer time. So what they did was to genetically engineer in a way that for the cassava that grew quickly, they took the growth, genes, put it in this one, and ensured in a way that we had cassava that could grow within a short time and not poisonous. What I'm saying is, we can actually this presents as an opportunity. So why don't we take advantage of it?
And start our own production.
Why don't we just start our own production? We have the production. Why don't we now begin to focus on irrigation that we've always talked about over and over and over again and seem to be doing nothing about? Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's something we're going to be talking about here on the Super Morning Show. But of course, still issues of cocoa while some say the decision by Cocoa Board, management and senior staff to reduce their salaries is good, others believe, well, they could have done better. But how do we just ensure that once and for all we deal with these challenges? All of these coming up here on the Super Morning Show. It means we can bring you the trumpet. Who gets the trumpet this morning?
So we're giving it to our Muslim brothers and sisters and also the Ministry of Finance for the payment made with respect to the debt restructuring.
Okay.
So the Ministry of Finance and our Muslim brothers and sisters say trumpet. Hi, good morning. Welcome to the Joy Business Report. Coming up in this morning's bulletin, licensed buying companies signal preparedness to talks on possible restructuring of more than 10 billion Ghana cedis debt owed by Cocoa Board. Also, currency in circulation slows significantly to 67 billion cedis last year, a development that could be linked to the current Bank of Ghana's liquidity squeeze. And still in this bulletin, some businesses raise concerns over current gap between inflation and the policy rate because of its impact on cost of credit. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the Joy Business Report. My name is James Eshan. We settle for the details now. And the licensed buying companies have indicated that they're open to talks on possible restructuring of more than 10 billion Ghana cedis debt owed by Cocoa Board. This is coming after government announced it has taken over the debt of Cocoa Board over proposed restructuring plan. Samuel Adimado is the president of the Licensed Buying Companies Association and has been speaking to Joy Business.
Our debt is a commercial debt. It doesn't sit with government. It sits with various banks. It's people's money that we've paid from various banks. So ideally, it depends on the banks, individual banks with different boards for them to look at that. If government can also, as we've indicated, government should also talk to the banks to see how we address this issue. So we are open to all options that will enable us to survive. As I indicated, some of our members have already collapsed, and being collapsed doesn't mean your debt has been written off. So we are open to all options available so that once the reform opportunity has come up, we will also engage and make sure that.
You heard Samuel Adimado, and he happens to be the president of the Licensed Buying Companies. Meanwhile, economics professor Peter Korte has advised management of Cocoa Board to move quickly and publish how much their decision to cut down salaries or impact its finances. Cocoa Board's executive management and senior staff yesterday announced salary reductions for the remainder of the 2025-2026 crop year, citing liquidity challenges in the cocoa industry. By reaction to the decision, Professor Korte is of the view that farmers will better support the reforms if the impact of these actions are published.
Long years of improper management has brought the organization to this point, and you can see attempts to basically meet farmers, attempts to restructure, to cut down on its huge expenditure, especially wages and salaries, and also incentives to or benefits to its workers. I think the signal is good, except to say that it would have been good for Cocoa Board to put out how significant that amount is. In other words, how much are they giving out, and what would that mean for us? At the moment, it's unclear as to whether this 20% cut is very significant in terms of the numbers. Then also the other benefits, incentives that they get. So far, nothing has been said about some of these incentives, and I think it would be good to know.
And that was economist Professor Peter Kojo. Away from Kokobot, now the total amount of money currency in circulation slowed significantly last year compared to that of 2024. That's according to a new data we have picked up from the Bank of Ghana. My colleague George Riafe has been going through that data and joins me in studio for more analysis on this issue. George, what has accounted for this?
So just before I even give you some fine details on what has accounted for, let's explain to our listeners. These are monies that are currently held by individuals used for various economic transactions in the economy. Now, if you look at the data, you could make an argument that Bank of Ghana liquidity squeeze current programs through the commercial banks and all the rest to try and mop up what is described as excess liquidity in circulation could be a major reason why we are seeing this. And you see the Bank of Ghana has been heavy over the past 1 year to try and mop up this excess liquidity to ensure that the money in circulation actually matches economic activities. If you look at the December 2024 amount, it was somewhere around 71 billion Ghana cedis and has also dropped to 67 billion Ghana cedis. Also look at currency outside the banking system. These are monies that are not held in bank deposits. It also gone down from 64 billion Ghana cedis in December 2024 to 60 billion Ghana cedis. So it appears that those tools that Bank of Ghana is using to try and mop up this excess liquidity is working, and that has also contributed to the low inflation levels that we are seeing.
Now, what could be the impact of this on economic activities and inflation?
Basically, it means that you are trying to match the money in circulation to economic activity. That's why some people will say that there is no money in the system, but there's money in the system when you try to engage in an economic activity.
Now, before you go, we have also seen that foreign currency growth has done more than 14% drop.
You're right. Now, it means that the city's current appreciation is discouraging people from then saving these money, because if you hold these monies in the banks and the city is stabilized and struggling, you loosen. So all these measures aimed at stabilizing the city is discouraging people now from rushing to save these FX in the banks when they don't need it.
Thank you so much, George. And that was my colleague George Riafe with some analysis on the total amount of money currency in circulation slowing significantly last year compared to that of 2024. You're still listening to the Joy Business Report, and some businesses are raising concerns about the currency gap between inflation and the policy rate. Ghana's inflation for the month of January stands at 3.8%, while Bank of Ghana's policy rate stood at 15.50%. Mark Bedu Abuaji is the chief executive of the Ghana National Chamber of Commerce and Industry, and he insists that the development is not good for businesses.
So that is what I'm expecting. That now that we have inflation of 3.8, it will not be appropriate, economically wise, for the central bank to put the policy rate at 15.5. Now, the current one has already been announced. In the next 2 months or so, the Monetary Policy Committee will be meeting. I'm very sure that looking at the numbers, very sure that looking at the fact that this inflation has been established, inflation has been anchored, the city has been stable, the central bank will have no option than to cut the policy rate further. And I'm expecting that even looking at your extrapolation that you're going to have this inflation, then the policy rate should gradually hit the 10%.
And that was Chief Executive of the Ghana National Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Mark Bedu Abuaji. Still on inflation, Ghana Statistical Service is set to roll out a new way of measuring inflation and GDP estimate from next year. This will happen after it completes reviewing the basket of goods it uses in measuring inflation this year, as well as standard of living survey. This rebasing could change the outcome of inflation and GDP estimate to make it more market reflective. Dr. Al-Hassan Idris is the government statistician.
The weight reference here is going to be 2025 because the GLSS 8 was collected in 2025, right? And then the price reference here is going to be what, 2026. And then the number of items in the basket is 500. And we are going to have all these data collectors go out to all 16 regions to collect the data, on these new items. Once we do that, it means that we now are able to pronounce on inflation figures that is reflecting the current pattern of consumption.
And that was government statistician Dr. Al-Hassan Idris. Now to our Joy Business Van for today. If you run a business, bookkeeping tasks such as recording transactions, reconciling accounts, and generating financial statements can be challenging. However, a platform developed by Belt Financial Technologies is proving to be a game changer. Find out more on today's episode of the Joy Business Van.
the idea for Build started from my previous working experiences. I was working as a financial consultant and had opportunity of traveling across Ghana almost every day, working with SMEs. And what I saw was that almost all of them were trying to shy away from talking about their business finances, okay? Typically because they felt that is something for accountants. And also you could understand them because the software out there are very technical, right? So I would come in, help them, train them, and also set up simple financial management software for them to handle.
Within 3 to 6 months, the help Edward provided these businesses as a financial consultant would yield results, a visible impact. The businesses had control of their finances and were confident to approach financial institutions. Edward felt this help could be extended to others. That is how the idea for Build came.
And full episode is at 1 p.m. on the Joy Business Report and 5 p.m. on Business Live on the Joy News channel. Now, government has paid some 10 billion Ghana cedis in interest obligations in the latest payment to the bondholders under the Domestic Debt Exchange Program. According to the Daily Graphic, the payment marks the 6th coupon settlement under this debt exchange program. Let's do some commodity news now. And crude oil open trading at $67 a barrel after going down marginally from yesterday's trading. Gold added more than $54 and selling at $4,932 an ounce. Cocoa is selling at $3,466 a ton this morning. To some currency news updates, the dollar is going for 11 cedis 20 pesos this morning. That's the rate some of the major banks are offering to their client. The British pound is going for 15 cedis 25 pesos. The euro is trading at 13 cedis 25 pesos. And the Forex bureaus are selling the dollar at 11 cedis 98 pesos. And that's all for the Joy Business Van. For me, James Eshen. Winstonia.
James.
11 cedis 20 pesos.
Come again?
11 cedis 20 pesos. Well, I mean, we are still within the band, so
no. You see, within the band, yes, you can set this thing and say, "Oh, you think that is the real value," but we also see what we believe would help us.
Well,
you understand?
Well, yeah.
Yes. So the city should appreciate. Yes, the city has to appreciate.
Exporters will definitely complain.
Oh, it's not. It's not the best. The city must appreciate. So that we can all enjoy lower fuel prices. I mean, that's the most important thing, and lower inflation. Because you see, once fuel prices go up,
it's affected.
Transport fares increase. And in Ghana, we will not do the exact analysis and say, okay, because this is what I get and so I probably should increase. But no, they'll just sit down and say, fuel prices are costing 20%. When in essence, what they actually need is probably 2% or 3% increment.
Exactly.
You see?
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah, so that's always the issue. Anyway, it means we can have our inspirational song, Shine, Jesus, Shine. Okay, let's enjoy this one.
Shine on me.
Shine, Jesus, shine. That's our inspirational song for this morning here on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. And today is also Ash Wednesday, Kojo.
Yeah.
And so that's the beginning of what Lent for the Catholics, the Methodists, and the Presbyterians. And I laugh because the period of Lent is the period that you stay away from what you like doing so much. And I knew two guys who told me that we all knew what they liked. But they said, oh, no, that's not what I like. It's the other one. So they could continue. So, they're just lying to themselves. But which means that this year, and that period also marks is a period where these Christians fast. So both our Muslim brothers and some Christians will be fasting around the same time. Yeah, well, that's good. That's good. As I indicated, I always join the fast from up to 12, and in the last week I tried to do up to 3 or 4 p.m. so that we can celebrate Ramadan together.
So this year we are fasting together.
Oh yeah, we're fasting together. We're fasting together.
I read somewhere, I'll find the information, that one of these years Christmas and one of the Salahs will be around the same time.
I think maybe 2030 or 31.
That would be nice.
Yeah, it'd be nice. Yes. It'd be nice.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's get into our Drive Safe campaign.
Yes, and the Drive Safe campaign is brought to you by Joy News and the Multimedia Group, supported by Toyota, Superior Quality, Imperial General Assurance, Solid Protection. Avoid all distractions. Keep both eyes on the road and hands on the steering wheel. Be visible. Drive with your lights on. That's how you ensure your safe arrival. And this week we've been telling you about how to keep your gas cylinder safe in your vehicle when you are transporting it. Use a rope or a strap or a crate to secure your cylinder so you cannot roll or fall, even if you brake suddenly. One small bump can turn deadly, and secure it properly. This is a message from Comac. And also, if you are driving within the city, observe the speed limits. It's 50 kilometers per hour.
Okay.
This morning, someone was behind me. I was actually doing a little over the 50 kilometers. I was doing 60 kilometers. The person was just giving me lights and just honking and signaling me, no, tiaso. So when the traffic lights turned red and he parked next to me, I said, boss, you are driving within the city. It should be 50 kilometers. What's it? I'm saying, I will check. Okay, drive within the speed limit to keep all of us safe. That's our tip.
Great, which means we can now learn how to say it right. And it's brought to us by Kingdom Books. At Kingdom, quality and affordability are their hallmarks, and Societe Generale Bank Ghana, the future is you.
Something must be done.
You say either, I say either.
So this morning I want us to learn something. I want us to learn the phrase every other day.
Every other day. Okay.
Now, if something happens every other day, it means it happens one day, then it does not happen the next day.
Okay.
Then it happens the day after. So if I say every other day, for instance, if it happened on Monday, it wouldn't happen on Tuesday. It would happen on Wednesday.
So I eat fufu every other day.
Which means you eat fufu. So you eat fufu Monday.
I don't eat on Tuesday.
And you eat on Wednesday.
I eat on Wednesday. I don't eat on Thursday.
Exactly.
Okay.
I've seen some people confusing that with every day. Every day is every day.
Yeah.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
It's the way people confuse severally.
Good. So if you want to say it right, please note that that's how to say it right.
Okay.
Okay, so let me tell you about Kingdom Books and Stationery Limited. They are your number one supplier of quality office essentials, equipment, and furniture at affordable prices. And they've introduced an online store for your shopping convenience, which means you can now shop by simply logging on to kingdomstoreonline.com without physically coming to any of their branches. It is hassle-free, and they will arrange delivery to your home and office within a reasonable time. They offer free delivery within Accra and Tema and accept payment via Momo across all networks. Terms and conditions have applied. At Kingdom, quality and affordability are their hallmarks.
And your car takes care of you, so take care of your car as well. Now is the time to do same. Do it well. Protect your car. Get a comprehensive insurance policy from SG Ghana, Sound Drive, and get free fuel coupons as a reward. You can also get exciting branded souvenirs when you buy or renew your third-party policy or the new Smart Drive policy. It's a third-party policy with an extra layer of protection and benefits. Promo lasts from now till 31st of March 2026. So let's help you take care of your car so that every drive feels more secure. Call 0302 214 314 for more information, or walk into the nearest SG Ghana branch to buy or renew your insurance policy today. SG Ghana Sound Drive is underwritten by Sanlam Alliance General. Terms and conditions apply. Societe Generale Ghana. The future is you.
Okay, it means we can get into the newspapers. The newspaper review brought to us by Syntex Tank, Strong, Tough, and Access Bank, more than banking. And then Star Oil, quality and affordable fuel for all, as well as Enterprise Insurance, your advantage.
And the tomato story is the lead story on the Ghanaian Times. Burkina Faso fatal attack. President Mahama orders evacuation of injured traders. And if you want to link it to other stories, 30 to 45% of locally grown tomatoes spoil annually. This is the new Finder carrying that story as well. But more from the Ghanaian Times. Mofa for signed landmark deal to digitize agric. Have you not been digitizing agric and over digitizing agric?
Well, when you bring us the details, we'll get into it.
Because under the previous government, some agric digitization thing also happened.
Don't worry at all. We'll get into the details.
Okay.
So let me get into.
No, two more stories from Ghanaian Times. Police rearrest suspected cop killer. An IGP AG moved to compensate multimedia journalist after 8 years. There's also a story on the back page of the Ghanaian Times. Tomato traders suspend Burkina Faso imports after deadly attack and protect Katamanso forest from destruction, encroachment. Family urges government.
The Daily Graphic for this morning: government pays 10 billion DDEP interest. Victims of jihadist attack expected to be evacuated, and Trade Ministry seeks strategic investor to revive Commander Sugar Factory. And AAG demands clarity over billboard demolition exercise. Back page of the Daily Graphic: Nalirugu residents welcome lifting of curfew. A new Hajj village to be completed. End of year. Ghana Airport Company Limited.
The new Finder: bond market activity turnover drops to 2.27 billion Ghana cedis. Trade and tourism ministers push Fugu industry expansion, and youth underemployment providing temporary relief for Ghana's economy. This is labor experts. And 30 to 45% of locally grown tomatoes spoil annually.
Sad one. The news center for this morning: customer experience is topmost priority. Through better customer insights in 2026, MTN Ghana CEO, suspected killer of police officer at Zebula arrested, and 100 billion pension assets now investable. Dr. Isiama. Cocoa price cuts highlight need for processing. President Mahama. And Goldfields Ghana's community investment hits $109.92 million. Gold Board suspends new gold buying licenses applications.
The Ghanaian Point: I'm a cocoa farmer too. Price cuts affect me. This is President Mahama. There are people who are saying that price cuts don't really affect him because cocoa is not his main business. And so if you read some of the comments on social media, but others are also saying that yes, because he's a cocoa farmer, he knows what he's doing, and so we should give him some time to fix the cocoa sector with his government. More from the Ghanaian Point: national security warns Ghanaian traders to exercise caution in neighboring countries, and Ken remains loyal to the NPP campaign team, denies breakaway claims. And Ghana Water Limited needs over 3.5 billion Ghana cedis to replace aging pipelines. This is according to the MD. He spoke on the Super Morning Show yesterday. And public lands under tight control. Thousands of leases revoked amid major government reforms. Winston.
So the new publisher says Ken not left NPP spokesperson, and cocoa price reduction mid-season is illegal. Apenyo marking demands reversal. Cocoa Board cut salaries, spending amid public outcry, and Fifi Kwete goes hard on appointees who want party positions in addition.
Apenyo is also on the front page of the Ghanaian publisher. Cocoa price reduction, Apenyo marking demands reversal, and Burkina killings in Team Fojo calls for swift action. Gold Board halts selected gold buying license, and murder suspect rearrested. This is in relation to the Kariminga barrier attack.
The Economy Times says bank lending rates fall in response to latest BOG benchmark interest rate cut. Renewed leadership spearheads sprinter pace reform agenda at Energy Commission, and GCB Bank prepares to launch non-interest banking window as board embarks on partnership visit to IIFM. All on the front page, and talks about Elom goes to his maker, may he keep resting in perfect peace. So at the back page you find the final funeral rites of Edward Elom Deseu.
Now I'll bring the final newspaper for the morning. It's the Insight newspaper. Mahama speaks on reparations for Africans. SMG condemns failed coup plot in Burkina Faso, blames foreign links as it welcomes extradition of Damiba. And Hamas reaffirms support for Iran as possible U.S. aggression looms. Yesterday the Strait of Hormuz was temporarily closed to traffic.
Yeah.
And it also attracted a lot of concern because that's also one of the main routes for global oil from that side of the world. But let's keep watching what's happening with Iran and the US. If it escalates, maybe oil prices will go up, and then we Ghanaians will suffer.
Yes, we would suffer. We would suffer. That's oil prices there. I don't like it when it goes up.
Now, final story from the Insight newspaper. Volta region, rice farmers risk losing investments over lack of buyers. So you see, we are talking about cocoa, right? But the whole agric sector is struggling. Like, agric is struggling and crumbling. I'll give you examples. Cocoa farmers, price issues, cashew, eboboba, shea nuts. This Burkina Faso issues and traders' inability to go to Burkina Faso, it will affect the volume of shea nuts we see in the country, because what we pick here is always supplemented by shea nuts from Burkina. Rice farmers, over the past 1 year, they've been crying. There's a lot of paddy locked in warehouses. Maize is something that we've discussed consistently. They've also been crying. Look, the key, maize is the most consumed grain in the country, followed by rice, followed by soya. These three are all in crisis. Now, if the farmers continue to struggle and they don't recoup their investments, they will not be able to farm in the coming season. Our food production will drop. We'll keep encouraging exports, and gradually we will kill the productive capacity of our farmers.
Okay, beg your pardon, Kojo. One of the challenges with an appreciating currency also is that imports become cheaper. And so today, even when the yellow maize that we use in mixing feed, as a part of our pig feed, you get people importing them from Argentina, which is cheaper than buying them locally. But why is it cheaper? Because our cost of production is always high. They can afford, because even when it's imported into the country, it's so cheaper than ours. Now, as the reason I have said this over and over again, before we get into the online news review, part of our problem is that whenever we've had the opportunity to even support farmers, we have created schemes that do not, in reality, support farmers.
Like we are still digitizing agric.
Look,
we have been digitizing agric. How own data do we have? How do we make database decisions?
Yeah. How come the MasterCard Foundation is able to support more farmers, and you can see the evidence, than many of these government programs that we run?
It's a big problem, Winston.
Anyway,
it's a big problem. And look, even if that material commodity is cheaper in other places, you can use import restrictions and quotas to manage what comes in so that your farmers can still sell.
Yeah.
Because a lot of these farmers also bought their inputs at a time when input prices were way higher. So you need to have a strategy to balance the equation and ensure that you protect your farmers. Do you think Trump will allow cheaper imports to affect American farmers? Or you think, what's the Chinese premier's name?
Xi Jinping.
Xi Jinping will allow any imports to come and destroy the gains they've made? We need to be smarter as a country. And we need to protect, and this is the foundational element of our country. Agric is the foundational structure upon which we build our country.
The online news review brought to us by Zenith Bank. Zenith Bank, in your best interest.
And if you go to My Joy Online, government summons Russian ambassador over viral nude leak scandal. Russia denies link to supposed Russian in Ghana viral sex scandal. And reset means business as usual must end, starting from the NDC. This is Fifi Kwete. And he says his political ambition can die, but Ghana must rise. Now, Mahama orders air evacuation of injured Ghanaians from Burkina Faso. And state initiates compensation talks in Latif Idrisu police brutality case after 8 years. Now, National Service Authorities assuring service personnel of prompt payments of outstanding allowances, and illegal connections cost Ghana Water Company Limited 8.6 million Ghana cedis between August and December 2025. So those are stories on My Joy Online. Let me take you to citynewsroom.com. Government settles 10 billion Ghana cedi interest under DDEP. Car buyers reassess used imports as Chinese brands compete on price. And know your role. Dafia Mekpo to judges criticizing legal education bill. And he's also saying that the GBA has lost its relevance and credibility. And the government summoning the Russian ambassador is also on citynewsroom.com. There is this story to do with discolored beans, and the FDA says discolored beans could signal danger. There was also a story about people mixing cement with beans in an attempt to preserve it, and the FDA says that is wrong, that is dangerous. We should not do that. Cocoa Board says they are going to save 5 million monthly from the salary cuts. And Mahama Yarga says cocoa price cuts is lawful and necessary. So those are stories from the online portals.
You know, in this country, so they're going to save 5 million. Okay. And what happens to that 5 million?
Yeah.
We are always in a hurry. We are always in a hurry to say, we made the savings, we saved this.
Yes.
Now you.
Anyway, before we give you the details, if you are ready to take your business to the next level with the right support, talk to Zenith Bank. Get free SME support with their SME business webinar, which is themed Building Stronger Businesses, Unlocking Zenith Bank's SME Ecosystem. It's happening next week, Thursday at 10 a.m. It's online, so go to zenithbank.com.gh, click on the SME Business webinar banner on the homepage and register to secure your spot. Registration begins today, and the event is on Thursday, next week Thursday. Zenith Bank, in your best interest.
Okay, let's get into the details. The Economic Times says bank lending rates fall in response to latest BOG benchmark interest rate cut. So, story by Toma Emi here says, following the latest cut by the Bank of Ghana's Monetary Policy Committee to its benchmark monetary policy rate, which trimmed by 250 basis points to 15.5 at its January meeting, Ghana's commercial banking sector has begun to adjust its deposit and lending rate structures amid evolving credit conditions. So it says that while recovering, responding to the fall in the benchmark rates, Ghana's commercial lenders have begun adjusting their interest rate schedules, particularly for variable rate loan customers. And according to industry sources, many commercial banks have started trimming interest rates on both existing and new loan facilities, in line with the decline in the Ghana reference rate since early January. Okay,
and
so that's a good one.
Talking about interest, the government has paid 10 billion DDEP interest. There is a statement from the Ministry of Finance that says that the government of Ghana has paid 10 billion in interest obligations under the Domestic Debt Exchange Program, and this payment marks the 6th coupon settlement under the program and represents the second full cash payment without any payments in kind component, reflecting strengthened fiscal capacity and solvency. So those are the first two paragraphs of the statement. So the president has ordered the evacuation of injured fellow Ghanaians from Burkina Faso, and the story says the Ghana Armed Forces will evacuate Ghanaian traders injured in an armed insurgent attack in Burkina Faso last Saturday to Ghana for continued medical treatment, President John Dramani Mahama has announced. And a story related to that, tomato traders have suspended their Burkina Faso imports, and the Ghana National Tomato Traders and Transporters Association has announced the suspension of tomato imports from Burkina Faso following the killing of Ghanaian traders in an armed attack. The incident occurred in Titao on Saturday while the traders were transporting tomatoes to Ghana, and the attack has heightened concerns about the safety of cross-border trade along the Burkina Faso corridor. So if you are not importing tomatoes from Burkina Faso now, how are we going to get tomatoes to eat as a country?
We'll talk about that later on the show. But victims of jihadist attack expected to be evacuated is in the Daily Graphic. We're told that Ghanaian victims of last Saturday's terrorist attack in Burkina Faso were evacuated to the country yesterday.
Okay.
So
the graphic story is a bit late.
Yeah, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs has reviewed this.
Story
Followed assessment by relevant authorities acting on instructions of President Mahama. And the exercise was to be carried out by the Ghana Air Force last night on the instructions of President Mahama and with competent medical consultations. The government of Ghana has decided to immediately conduct medical evacuation by air of all Ghanaian victims in Burkina Faso. A statement issued by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs said. And a further review that the death toll of Ghanaian tomato traders killed by the jihadists was now 8. Initially 7 members of the Ghana National Tomato Traders and Transporters Association who were engaged in lawful trading activities in Tetao area and northern province of Burkina Faso were attacked and killed by the terrorists. The latest victim, also a member of the association, was one of the 4 Ghanaians who sustained serious injuries and were receiving medical treatment before succumbing, the statement said.
There are 2 stories on page 5 of the Finder that I want to highlight. EPA seizes 14 containers of illegal mining machines at Tema ports. So some people managed to conceal chamfans and other things in Aboboya and other machines at the ports. And through the EPA's investigation, they've been able to seize 14 containers of these illegal mining machines at the ports. And I think this is great, because if they had gotten into the system, more destruction would have happened because of these machines. And there's another feel-good story. The police have returned 85,000 Ghana cedis found on the Techiman-Kumasi highway. So some people found a bag containing money. They took it to the police in Techiman. The bag had a phone number and a name. So the police called the person. It was a trader in Kumasi who was receiving 85,000 Ghana cedis from his business partners from Wa. So the money was in a truck and it fell off. And the police traced this person and gave him all his 85,000 Ghana cedis without a cedi being missing. And I think this is great. So congrats to the EPA and good job to the Ghana Police Service.
Now, I see the police is doing something great. These days, even when people attempt to influence them with money, they turn it down.
Which of them?
Oh, you've not. I mean, those who were arrested with drugs.
I thought you were mentioning the people on the road.
No. They turn these things down because
they still demand.
No, because when they arrest you and they are promoted.
Yes.
And the thing is that promotion, the money that comes with the promotion is better than the one of bribe.
The IGP must promote all the police at the checkpoints in the voter region.
They still would do. Ken Not Left NPP is in the new publisher, and it says Kennedy Japan has not abandoned the new patriotic party to form a new political movement and has no plans to join another party or become an independent politician. And Kwesi Kwarteng, who was his spokesperson, says we want to put it on record that Ken has not left the NPP and he's not started any independent candidate agenda. Kojo, we need to go for the BBC News now. It's brought to us by Fidelity Bank. Believe with us. And Glyco, we cushion you for life.
To tell us about World Book Club. Set mainly in World War II Prague, secret agents plot to assassinate one of the Nazis' most feared leaders. But Laurent Binet's debut novel, HHHH, is more than just a traditional World War II thriller. It's also a running commentary on his own writing. Can he tell a true story without distorting history? World Book Club, from the 7th of March.
At 8:30 GMT, Business Daily.
Today, I'm in France, where traditional restaurants are closing at a rate of 25 a day. I find out why the French are turning their backs on what was until recently a huge part of the economy, as well as the culture of this country.
This is the BBC World Service, the world's radio station.
Hello and welcome to Newsday on the BBC World Service with Anne Soy in Nairobi and James Copnall in London.
Our top story today, people have come together to pay tribute and say prayers in Chicago for the American civil rights pioneer Jesse Jackson.
We remember the man considered by many as one of America's most influential black figures with his friend for decades, Congresswoman Maxine Waters.
We will also look at the decision by the Israeli government to approve a plan for land registration in the occupied West Bank can explain what that means.
And the chief executive of Meta, Mark Zuckerberg, is scheduled to give evidence in a Los Angeles court later today. It's a landmark civil trial that looks at the impact of social media on young people. We have much more to come on the program. That's after the latest world news.
BBC News with Moira Alderson. Donald Trump's special envoy Steve Witkoff says there's been meaningful progress at talks between Ukraine and Russia, which are due to continue for a second day. Mr. Witkoff said both parties had agreed to update their respective leaders and continue working, but hopes of a breakthrough remain low, with Russia continuing to demand the entire Donbass region be handed over. James Waterhouse is in Geneva.
Where does a breakthrough come from? You know, if Moscow's position isn't moving, President Zelensky is reiterating the fact that he can't budge on handing over territory. He says his people won't allow it. And I think another interesting dimension is that we saw a whole host of European security advisors, not least Jonathan Powell from the UK, also very much in the room or in the lobby yesterday, and it seems from sources in and outside of government that he is taking a lead really on trying to work on Steve Witkoff, a non-traditional diplomat, to try and keep America engaged.
A senior US official has presented new seismic activity data to bolster allegations that China secretly carried out low-yield nuclear tests. The Assistant Secretary of State, Christopher Yao, said a monitoring station in Kazakhstan had detected a 2.75 magnitude event in June 2020. Mr. Yao called for greater transparency.
Ask our Russian and Chinese counterparts, what are they gaining out of these tests? They're conducting the tests. Again, opacity, silence, obfuscation, and deflection comes from them. So I'm aware that they are repudiating the facts. I'm data-driven, I'm a scientist, and I would challenge them to come forward and come clean on this.
South Korea's pledged to take immediate action to prevent a recurrence of recent drone incursions into the north. The announcement came after Kim Yo-jong, the sister of North Korean leader, urged Seoul to take action. A South Korean spokesman said both Koreas shared a common desire to avoid tensions. He said trust had been harmed under the previous South Korean government, but would recover with frank communication. Japan's parliament has reappointed Sanae Takeichi as Prime Minister after her landslide election victory earlier this month. She'll now rehire her cabinet. Shaima Khalil reports from Tokyo.
Ms. Takaichi's gamble calling a snap election in the depths of winter on February the 8th had paid off. Her governing coalition secured a majority that has given her wide scope to push through her agenda. Ms. Takaichi has promised higher government spending and tax relief. She's also pledged to boost defense spending, revise the country's pacifist constitution, and tighten immigration rules. Abroad, she's pursued closer ties with President Trump, whom she's due to meet for the second time in March. But her comments late last year about Japan getting involved militarily if China attacked Taiwan deeply strained relations with Beijing, Japan's biggest trading partner.
BBC News. Peru has again been plunged into political turmoil after the incumbent president was removed by Congress, only weeks before the next presidential election. Peru's seventh president in a decade, José Gerri, was voted out by a big majority. Congress acted after Mr. Gerri admitted holding undisclosed meetings with a Chinese businessman, including one where he covered his head with a hood to attend a late-night meeting at a restaurant. British law enforcement have warned about surging online sexual abuse of children, urging tech firms to step up efforts to tackle the problem. Nomia Iqbal reports.
The National Crime Agency says these horrific crimes aren't just being carried out on the dark web, but on mainstream platforms online. It has found offenders have been commissioning live-stream sexual abuse of children, mainly young boys. It says algorithms push many abusers into parts of the online world where their behaviour is normalised and then escalates. It says police can't combat the problem alone, and it wants technology companies to do more. This includes making their platforms hostile for offenders and introducing safeguards to stop children from taking, sharing or viewing nude images.
The Philippine Vice President, Sara Duterte, says she'll run for president in the 2028 election. Ms. Duterte, who's embroiled in a political feud with her boss, Ferdinand Marcos, said she'd offer her life in the service of the Philippines. President Marcos is prevented by the Constitution from seeking a second term, while Ms. Duterte herself has already survived one attempt to have her impeached. South Korea says 250,000 historical Korean artefacts are held overseas as the government continues its efforts to repatriate them. More than 40% are in Japan. The United States, Germany and Britain also hold a significant number. Officials believe many were stolen or looted during periods of foreign intervention, especially Japan's colonization of the Korean peninsula in the first half of the 20th century. BBC News.
Thanks for that news.
Today, we hit the streets to ask Ghanaians, what would you do with free fuel for 1 year?
Oh, road trips with the girls every weekend.
That's extra savings to help fix my car.
Charlie, 1 whole year, I'll finally be able to visit my mom without worrying about the distance.
This season, it's feeling after filling from Shell with new and improved fuels so you can do the things you love. Buy 300 Ghana cedis or more worth of new and improved Shell fuels and stand a chance to win. Free fuel for 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, or even 1 year. It's time to try the new and improved Shell fuels with additives that deliver efficiency, cleaning, protection, and performance. Don't miss out. Fill up with new and improved Shell fuels and get rewarded. Promo runs till the 28th of February 2026. T's and C's apply.
New and improved Shell fuels. Simply better by far.
This promo is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform. Terms and conditions apply.
Hey, do they want to sack you dry? Why shall I tin way? Engagement things and kwenye. Hey, sure. They even added washing machine, fridge, flat screen TV, 65 inches and so. How do they expect you to buy all these and still take care of your family? Oh, Kwame.
Mama. And how cry? With Access Bank's Pick Now Pay Later, we can get everything now in minutes and pay at 0% interest over the next 6 months. Eye koko cry.
Hey, sir.
Access Bank says faster is here. With a now digitized Pick Now Pay Later, life's big moments are within reach. Just click, pick, approved in minutes. For more information, call our 24-hour contact center on 0800 00 4400. Terms and conditions apply. Access Bank, more than banking.
For years, you've made Sultana more than just a brand. It has become a part of your home. From your kitchens to your celebrations, now it's time to give back to you. Sultana's Buy and Win promo is here. You can win cars, motorbikes, trucks, Sultana products, and many more. All you have to do is to buy a bag of Sultana rice, scratch your coupon, and you could win really big. Sultana rice, your household favorite. Win the big one.
This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform. This advert is FDA approved.
Andy referred to my own tree crop farm. Nana Kwebe Usi gave me 50 acres of land, and I planted cocoa on the 50 acres. So I'm a cocoa farmer. And so when the price was reduced by government, it affects me too. I want to be able to empathize with farmers so that when we take any policy decision, we know that it has an effect on farmers and we feel it ourselves. If there's no fertilizer, if the price of fertilizer is expensive, I feel it myself because I also buy fertilizer. Recently, we've had a crisis with cocoa. It hasn't affected only Ghana. It's affected all cocoa producing countries, and it shows how unstable raw material exports are if you don't process and add value. And that means that we must take advantage of this crisis to make a pivotal change in how we handle our raw exports.
For decades, we have helped businesses connect with their trade partners all over the globe. From Ghana to Burkina Faso, Côte d'Ivoire, Benin, Togo, Senegal, China, Morocco, France, Netherlands, and many other countries. We have made it possible to bring Ghana to the world. We have brought small and medium businesses closer to their customers across the regions in Ghana with our SME support facilities. We have brought relief and smiles to the faces of families with our employee personal loans. With our cutting-edge technology and digital support, we take the burden of complex thinking off you, making life simple. That is who we are, as close as a partner. Bank of Africa. We are indeed the African bank with the global reach.
Syntax Tango! Syntax, hey, it's a very strong. If you want quality, this be where you belong. Syntax, hey, it's a very strong. Oh, gonna shout and sing the song. When the sun they hot, Syntax no break. When the rain they fall, still no shake. Builders they choose and plumbers they prove. Any project you they start. Syntax
Apple. I hear say you be football encyclopedia. Name 2 countries that dominated football back to back.
Italy and Brazil, legend.
You deserve to see the ultimate football experience live and color.
Enterprise Insurance Insurna Chile promo is now bigger. Just buy or renew your motor insurance for a chance to enjoy the ultimate football experience live. Feely. Hurry now.
Enterprise Insurance, I'm on my way.
Buy or renew your motor insurance and stand a chance to enjoy an all-expense-paid ultimate football experience. Plus, you get free fuel coupons, shopping vouchers, airtime, and data bundles. Promo runs from January to May 2026. This promo is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform. Terms and conditions apply. Enterprise Insurance, trusted for 102 years since 1924. Enterprise, your advantage.
Every day when my children return from school, I don't recognize them all. Hello, do I know you?
It's us, Mommy.
But these dirty, sweaty uniforms and socks were clean in the morning. Hey, everything has transformed. I understand though. School is hectic. It takes energy to come home this transformed. So I make sure they have some Milo at breakfast.
Your champs need nourishment and energy. Give them the Milo Energy at breakfast. Now with vitamin D that supports energy release to help their daily performance. Milo, energy to go further.
Milo!
This advert is FDA approved.
Dear business owner, congrats on not giving up on your business. You deserve a medal, and your business deserves to be taken to the next level. In fact, it's about time you run a Zenith Bank SME account so you and your business can enjoy the perks of the Zenith SME business card. Oga and Oga Madam status.
The Zenith SME Business Card is a Visa debit card for making secure payments for goods and services. Enjoy great benefits such as free customized digital SME training, free marketing toolkits, access to Visa practical skills training, and more. Unlock the potential of your business today. Visit any Zenith Bank branch nationwide and sign up for the Zenith SME Business Card, the ultimate payment solution for SMEs. For more information, visit www.zenithbank.com.gh or call 0302 680-884 or 0307-086-370. Zenith Bank, in your best interests.
It's the most action-packed breakfast show in town. The hottest music, the best giveaways, the great interviews, and all the laughter and fun you can imagine. Don't miss the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. It's the best breakfast show in town. Coffee in your cup. Enjoy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best. On Joy 99.7 FM.
You drew a picture on my morning, but you couldn't make my day. I'm rocking and you're yawning, but you never look my way. I'm licking down your darling in every single way. You're funny for it's foreign and a green card's on the way. This ain't got nothing to do with shampoo, but watch your head and shoulder. Brother, older, bold enough to fold you, yo, I told ya.
kill it. To my girls on the floor, just kill it.
Love me now, tell you all of them say hate me more, but we still gon' leave. Them can't cut me speed and we gon' be forevermore, cause we still gon' leave. But catch me vibe, well, me make me call and put it down and pass the walk and take you away. When me back them up on this, the pass them and tell me say man a bad man. Tell somebody you have to fade away. Try to stop me you, them put them small, you have to dead today. Actually you have to go call it, not to mental teach again. Moses in my musician and him a just two one day. Try for this ration, man a work out for them to pray. With a love myself, Latinum, every other day. On the radio station when me music, them no stop pray. Well I to still I see when me pray about me enemy. Love me now, or hate me more, but we still gon' leave. How I get my things that we gon' be forevermore, cause we still gon' leave.
Enjoy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best. On Joy 99.7 FM.
Still living like that. No, we don't die. Yes, we multiply. Anyone press will hear the fat lady sing. Act like you know Rico. I know what Mo don't know. Touch them up and go. Oh, ching ching. Here come the hot stepper. I'm the lyrical gangster. Excuse me, Mr. Officer. Still living like that. Extraordinary. Juice like a strawberry. Money to burn, baby, all of the time. Cut to fit, it's me. Fit to cut the shit. Come juggle with me. See every time. Come the hot stepper. I'm the lyrical gangster. I ain't emergency number.
You were looking for your friend, the one you let hit it and never called you again. Remember when he told you he was about to Benjamins? You act like you ain't him, they give him a little trim to begin. Now you think you really gon' pretend like you wasn't down and you called him again. Plus when you give it up so easy, you ain't even fooling him. If you did it then you probably can. Talking out your neck saying you're a Christian, a Muslim, sleeping with the gin. Now that was the sin that did Jezebel in. Who you gon' tell when the repercussions spin? Showing off that thinking it's a trend, girlfriend. Let me break it down for you again. You know I only say it cause I'm truly genuine. Don't be a hard rock when you really are a gem, baby girl. Respect is just the minimum. You still defending them now. Lauren is only human. Don't think I haven't been through the same predicament. Let it sit inside your head like a million women in Philly pen. It's silly when girls sell their souls because it's sin. Look at where you be in. Hair weaves like Europeans. Fake nails done by Koreans. Come again. Wait, come again.
Y'all ready? Tell me who be that? Every girl say he cutie, absolutely jiggling. I be that big fella in the summer sporting linen, Bacardi and lemon. Party with the women, Big Dada, Papi Grande, 600 pusher. Where your hand? My belly stay jiggling, keeping your backside wiggling. Who biggerin'? This than me? Nobody have got it. Time to rock a party. I be sending chills to your body. Y'all ain't seen nothing quite like me. I be getting down on the MIC. Only dime piece you gon' catch me with. Big belly, can you handle it?
Coffee in your cup. Enjoy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best.
However do you need it? However do you want it? However do you need it? However do you want it?
Say what? Say what?
However do you need it?
Check me out.
However do you want it?
Say what?
However do you need it?
I push ranges and sixes while you getting chump chains in the business. Dames look delicious, buddies that I hung with chains look suspicious. What is it?
Must be the fame and the digits.
Big kid from Mount V, in the top 10 you count me. Rhyming off of tracks that's bouncy. Ladies hound me, one of the young and old folks. Thanks to the banks that hold my ghost notes. Heavy, make the crowd wiggle like spaghetti. Water bed, baby, are you ready? Spend it, be been big since the beginning. Stay winning, grinning, have chillin', check it out. Who got the hottest record out? Have water, you can't hang your bread short. Till then, I be in Beverly Hills chillin'. Ladies love me, Big Daddy, one in the middle.
However do you want it?
Say what?
However do you need it? However do you want it?
Coffee in your cup. Enjoy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best. On Joy 99.7 FM.
Some get a little and some get none. Some catch a
projects, living in the slums with bombs that's in our watch. Do I have to be like this? Mama said I'm priceless, so why am I worthless? Starving is just what being nice kid. Sometimes I wish I could afford a pistol then though. That's not the hell I would've ended things a while ago. I ain't have jack but a black hat and knapsack. War scars, stolen cars, and a blackjack. Drop that, and now you want me to rap it, kid. Say something positive, well positive ain't where I live. I live right around the corner from West Hell, 2 blocks from South Down, and once in a jail cell. The sun never shine on my side of the street, see? And only once or twice a week I would speak. I walked alone, my state of mind was on sweet home. I couldn't keep a girl, they wanted kids with balls of chrome. Some life, if you ain't with gold, yes I was old. And you got more juice in for every bottle sold. Hell no, I say there's gotta be a better way. But hey, never gamble in a game that you can play.
Fuck wild for all my people who don't care. Floss like a bunch of young black millionaires. Making you run me and my done stacking my ones. Floss a little and rest up in the mutual fund. Blowing the horn, a sense of every day I was born. Never dream I see enough landscape in my lawn. Dangerous, my nickel should be accurate. Have to get the floaty so immaculate. Hey yo, I did my deal, sipping my mo. Sipping it slow, them pretty women saying hello. Anyway, go ahead and display your olive oil. Little honey dip whipping a little cabriolet. I don't mean to hold you up, but I got something to say. Swear to only give you hot shit every day. Afraid of us, you know this ain't a game to us. You strange to us, that's when we getting dangerous. Come on. This is serious. We could make you delirious. You should have a healthy fear of us. Cause too much of us is dangerous. So dangerous, we so dangerous. My flip mode squad is dangerous. So dangerous, we so dangerous. My whole entire unit is dangerous. Hold your breath, we swinging it from right to left. With the rock left, you know my shit be hot to death. Staying alive, you know only the strongest survive. Holding my heat under my seat, whipping the fire. Baseline for all of my people moving around. Give me your pound, all of my squad holding it down. Cutting you up, the new rocking you up, blowing you up. My black hole sucking you up. Back in the days, I never used to be down. Now I'm never holding several money market accounts. Blaze the street, and then I would just like to announce. Feeling my groove, my jigger, making you bounce. Others is fair, me and my squad breaking the bread. Stay getting it, we got you suckers holding your head. Afraid of us, you know this ain't the game to us. You strange to us, that's when we getting dangerous. Come on, this is serious. We could make you delirious. You should have a healthy fear of us. There's too much of us, it's dangerous. So dangerous, we so dangerous. Most squad is dangerous, we so dangerous, we so dangerous.
I love this station.
And it's still live here on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. DJ Obeti, see how you did the dangerous and ended up with the Rana Salah. Okay. Nice one. This one by VIP. In those days, we danced to this one.
Charlie, Salah is nice. Salah is nice. When I hear songs like this, it takes me way back to Ijazongo.
Okay.
Yeah. So we used to live AZ 88 plot 47 block U, and our house was opposite the Imam's house.
Oh, then you enjoyed during Salah.
Yes, and the Imam had wonderful kids. Sister Mama, Asia, all those people. And the Imam's wife used to sell masa in the morning.
Okay,
masa. So it's not. How do I describe masa? It's a maize based. It's not buffrot. It's not the other one, kose.
Okay.
But this, and she used to fry the masa with shea butter, right?
Oh, okay.
So she puts the pan on the fire, puts the shea butter in, it melts, and then she'll fry the masa. Now it was the salah, no? Salah and molidi. After the proper molidi, traditional religious molidi, you know, the boys who organize a fiesta at the Sun City, and Yaro Toys, Ampame, Red Tiger. They were the children of the Imam.
Red Tiger.
Red Tiger. Solid. Like, if you say a man is beautiful, they were beautiful men who were very sociable, smart young men, and they knew how to dance. So they would do bash for the Sun City. And I miss those my days at the Sun City ages ago. And then the Salah, all the Imams will bring us food. There was this Kotokoli woman, Malad's mother. She will bring us food, and she will prepare the food with palm kernel oil, because she used to make palm kernel oil. And Mr. Sugri's wife will bring us food with
Kojo, if I don't stop you at this point,
let's go back to our childhood.
You will not go back.
Let's go back to our childhood. Good morning to all my friends in Kumasi listening to us on Love 99.5.
You will not go back to your childhood.
And our neighborhood had this guy who came for mentor, the dancer, fair guy, Akim.
Oh, okay.
Was so.
So Fifi Taki says, Charlie, memories. I don't want to share. I say, Fifi Taki, share the memories.
Fifi, share.
Share those memories. Okay.
And Ramadan was the time we got to enjoy a variety of local foods and snacks, because in the evening when they are breaking fast, and also variety.
Were you
of
also
fruits.
fasting?
Sometimes I would do the half day. Because all our friends were fasting anyway, so we'll do the half.
So you're
day.
like me now, half day.
And the Wache people, Abdi's mother, Afilo's mother, and those who used to prepare Wache to Ramadan, they slow down a little bit. So definitely you'll fast more, and you get everything: emudro, kunu, wagashi. Charlie, everything. Life was great.
Talking about wagashi, I think I brought wagashi from my farm one of the not long ago, this year. Jojo, I gave it to Jojo for safekeeping.
if we would eat in heaven, wagashi will be the best cheese.
Wagashi is
we'll be in spirit, so we'll not eat.
Wagashi is fantastic. Indeed it is. Anyway, Kojo, look, still to come this morning, we'd have to spend some time on the tomato situation, because yes, I listened to the midday news on Joy. I think that was on Monday, and the farmers in Techiman, the traders in Techiman, talked about how government should assist them to grow tomatoes in Ghana.
Yeah.
So they don't have to travel to Burkina Faso for tomatoes. That I agree. And I say, we have land. I mean, there's nothing.
A lot of land.
There's nothing that we cannot do if we prioritize it.
Yeah.
And so, how do we intend to deal with this? And I know you've done some great analysis on our tomato needs and current production. Share it with me. I mean, share a bit of that, because later on we'll get into the details.
You know why earlier when we read the story about agri-digitization, I started asking questions. Tomato is one of the things that I personally believe we don't have proper data on, because everybody quotes whatever they quote. So my analysis basically is based on the per capita consumption, and then I use that to do the general calculation. So if you talk about per capita consumption, for example, how many kilos of tomatoes does the average Ghanaian eat or require in a year, right? And it's about 23 kilos based on our own analysis. So if it's 23 kilos and you have a population of 34.6 million, you are looking at close to 800,000 tons of tomatoes every year. Based on what I know from the industry, and if anybody at the Ministry of Food and Agric or any industry person is listening, they can correct the numbers. We produce about 400,000 metric tons of fresh tomatoes every year, which is half of what we need, right? And this morning we read a story in one of the newspapers. Chamber of Agribusiness says we lose between 30 to 45% of the fresh tomatoes that we grow. It's actually about 50%. Because if you do a value chain analysis on the trade alone, aggregators who go and aggregate, and you look at the losses from the aggregator side, and then the losses from the farmer's side. Sometimes when they harvest, by the time aggregators come, they select the choicest ones, they leave the rest. Most times those ones end up being unsold tomatoes, right? We estimate that we lose about 50% of the fresh tomatoes that we produce. So the effective domestic supply locally is about 200,000 metric tons. And we replace this 200 metric thousand tons with about 80,000 metric tons of imported, or not just imported and also the tomato mix and the tomato paste products. But the tomato mix and the tomato paste products, the companies that produce them here, they are not off-taking tomatoes from our farmers to produce a tomato mix. They bring tomato concentrates from China and other places to come and process for us. And so your regular tomato mix will have about 7% natural, whatever the term they use. Your tomato paste will have about 25% or so. So your import bill is around 120 million USD, which translates to about 1.72 billion Ghana cedis when it comes to tomatoes. So if we are going to be self-sufficient in tomatoes, with the assumption that we are eating raw tomatoes throughout, we need to produce 795,000 metric tons of tomatoes. Okay. Now, if you look at agric data, according to MOFA, we are farming tomato on approximately 65,000 hectares of land. This 65,000 hectares of land translates to 160,000 acres of land. Our average yield, as we are told, is about 15 tons per hectare. Okay, there are two ways. If we have a capacity to get an average yield of 35 tons, if we are irrigating and giving the tomatoes the right care, we can get about 35 tons. Now, if we invest in drip irrigation and we can farm all year round and triple our output, okay, we can get about 35 tons per hectare or double our output. If we are getting 35 tons per hectare at the 65,000 hectares, we should be able to close the gap a little bit and just expand our actual acreage a little bit more to be able to do this. So it's a matter of, one, supporting farmers to be able to farm all year round. And to be able to farm all year round, you need water. So you need drip irrigation. You remember when the president was campaigning before the elections, he met cocoa farmers and he told them that we will drill boreholes on your farm so that in the dry season you can just open it and water your farms and get cocoa. It's the same principle. We need to have water taken to the farm so that the farmers can farm all year round. Unfortunately, a lot of our irrigation schemes need upgrading. In fact, yesterday Ghana Water told us that their systems were over 50 years old and it's the same with our irrigation schemes. So they also need upgrading. So we have capacity to produce tomatoes locally. We have just not invested in the value chain to ensure that, one, we increase yield per hectare, we stop the post-harvest losses. If we reduce post-harvest losses to even 10%, it means that the 400,000 metric tons of fresh tomatoes we produce, we keep about 360,000 metric tons of that, which almost doubles the local supply of fresh tomatoes by our farmers before we even think about expanding access. So there's a lot of work to do.
You know what we're going to do? We'll talk more about this and we'll get some, answers on this also here on the Super Morning Show. But also coming up this morning, there's been a lot of talk about the Russian sex tourist. Well, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, issued a statement on that and says Russian ambassador summoned as government of Ghana registers protest over unlawful conduct of a supposed Russian Now, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs confirms that the ambassador of the Russian Federation to Ghana was summoned today, Tuesday, 17 February, on the instruction of the Honorable Minister for Foreign Affairs over the conduct of a supposed Russian national in unlawfully publishing sexually explicit images of Ghanaian women without their consent. Now, the objective of the summons was to formally express the strong displeasure of the government of Ghana at the atrocious conduct of the supposed Russian, which clearly violates Ghanaian law, and to seek the cooperation of Russia in pursuing justice. The ambassador acknowledged the violation of the privacy and dignity of the victims and the larger cybercrime dimensions, while expressing the willingness of the Russian Federation to cooperate with the Republic of Ghana on the matter in issue. And the Russian ambassador, however, indicated that he's unable to confirm the Russian nationality of the individual at the center of the intimate viral videos, and further disclosed that the purported name making the rounds in the media is not a known Russian name, but rather represents an inappropriate or vulgar expression in the Russian language. The ambassador highlights similar activities of the said individual in other countries which had come to the attention of Russian authorities and was being investigated by Russian experts. The ambassador has pledged that the embassy in Ghana is willing to share information on the matter to facilitate Ghana's ongoing efforts aimed at apprehending the individual and bringing him to justice within the context of our long-standing bilateral relations, despite the absence of a legally binding extradition treaty. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs wishes to assure the general public of its commitment to leverage the cordial bilateral relations between Ghana and Russia and to explore all international tools and remedies to ensure that justice is served. And something that I saw on the Facebook of Ace Ankuma, that's right after the release, says, look, it appears he may not be Russian. Consequently, a reevaluation is in order. Given our standard protocols, every incoming traveler undergoes passport scanning and photography at the airports, and hotels are mandated to record the biometric page of passports. He likely would have submitted a registration form. The method of bill payment, whether by cash or card, should reveal traceable information. By now, we should have ascertained his nationality, residence, visa origin, airline entry and departure dates, and duration of stay. It's possible that his country of origin might be open to discussing extradition.
So that's Isankume's comment on this.
Yeah.
You know Emmanuel K. Dogbevi, the seasoned data journalist.
Yeah.
He also has a post on Facebook in relation to this, which is also quite interesting. He says that this press release from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs on what is being done about the publication of intimate photos of some vulnerable Ghanaian women by the now alleged Russian guy says a lot about how we handle matters this side of the earth. The response of the Russian mission in Ghana appears to cast doubt on the nationality of the perpetrator. We should have done our homework before contacting the Russians, so we would be going there with the facts, real name and other concrete details. The guy applied for a visa before entering the country. He would have submitted documents with details about him, unless he might have submitted fake documents. But he would have had to submit his actual photos. He bought a ticket, probably paid with a card. The airline must have his details, even if he didn't use a bank-issued debit or credit card. He also flew into the country through the airport. Immigration takes photos of travelers without their glasses on, and a clear picture of his face would be had, and further search of his true identity can be done. They can also scan the bio page of his passports. That's an easy source of establishing his full name and nationality. He goes on to say that he has a YouTube account, and that can be useful in digging up his true identity, tracing his footprints and piecing together information. And so it's quite a long post. And so he's also calling on us to liaise with Kenyan authorities because he's also been to Kenya before in other places. Yeah.
Okay, so lots of issues on the Russian. But I'm sure by now you know the hottest slogan in town. So you say it with me, Patupa from GCB Bank. And you know, Patupa no be just vibes. It's your chance to win Megagantuan prizes. We're talking the ultimate all-expense paid trip to the Global Football Fiesta this year, plus monthly TVs, fridges, cookers, and many goodies. The prizes know they finish. Join the winning team, deposit and maintain 300 Ghana cedis or more in your GCB savings or current account. And that's all. Small savings, the more points you earn, pat to pat, and boom, say kutu, say bam. you feel win big. So get in the game, and your next stop fee be Yankee or Canada or Mexico. So from now till April 2026, save, win, and go with pack-to-pack promo by GCB Bank. Global football, here we come. T's and C's apply. GCB, your bank for life.
And you know, sometimes winning is as easy as going to any Total Energy station nationwide, and you just buy your premium quality engine oils, transmission fluids, and coolants, and they give you significantly lower prices. Okay, and in this case, you win, you get quality at lower prices, your car runs smoothly, you don't have any problems, and everybody is happy. So go to any Total Energies outlet and get the 4-liter Quartz 9000 SAE 5W40. It was 118 cedis, it's now 107 cedis 50 pesos. The Quartz 9000 Future 0W20, which was 148 cedis, is now 134 cedis. And the Rubia Fleet HD 415W40, which was 80 Ghana cedis, is now 72 cedis. Choose Total Energies, choose quality.
Now, have plans for the month? Well, does it include a relaxing staycation, a romantic dinner, or ticking off experiences from your bucket list? Then Bank of Africa Visa Credit Card is your perfect payment option for shopping, reservations, and getaways. Our Visa Credit Card offers convenience, flexible payment, and enhanced security with direct debits should you forget to repay. Choose affordability, choose comfort. Sign up for a Visa Credit Card with Bank of Africa today. For further information, call BOA on 0302 429 333 or chat Fafa at boaghana.com for inquiries. T's and C's apply. Bank of Africa, strong as a group, as close as a partner.
And if you need a water tank, get the one with the tortoise on it. This is Syntex tank made right here in Ghana, and it's strong and durable and built to handle our Ghanaian weather. So look, go outside, check your tank. If it doesn't have a tortoise on it, it's time to upgrade. You can call Syntex on 0244 335 168, or you go to any of their 400 agents nationwide. You can also shop online, syntexgh.com. Syntex tank, are you strong, are you tough?
So you know your salary deserves better, so switch to Fidelity Bank today and enjoy amazing benefits, lower interest rates, higher loan amounts, personalized financial support, and a smile that lasts. It's time to switch and smile wider with Fidelity Bank. To learn more, contact us on 0800 003355 or visit fidelitybank.com.gh to connect with us on social media at Fidelity Bank GH. Fidelity Bank, believe with us.
And if you're an SME or association engaged in cashew or oil palm processing, there's good news for you. There's the DPP matching grant under the Ghana Private Sector Competitiveness Program, which is the GPSCP2, a collaboration between the government of Ghana and Switzerland, implemented by NERAS and ProForest. Now, this grant supports innovations in processing, market access and certification, business and product development, and skills training. And they give priority to women and youth-led enterprises, as well as inclusive businesses. The application deadline is March 27, 2026, and you can apply by going to gpscp2.com/eligibility. You can also just Google DPP grant GPSCP2 and the link will come. You can apply and also take advantage of this grant. Now, to guide applicants, the program will host a series of webinars on February 24, 2026, March 10, 2026, and March 19, 2026. The time is 10 a.m. each day. So join the webinar and get to know more. If you want more information, call 050-905-3134. That is 050-905-3134.
And with Millennium Insurance, you don't have to worry whether it's motor, properties, marine, travel insurance. We've got you covered. Millennium Insurance is fast and reliable when life throws you surprises. Millennium makes sure you are ready. So call Millennium Insurance today on 0501 418 228 and ensure the unexpected before the unexpected insures you. Millennium Insurance Company, your trustworthy partner. Now stay with us. When we return after these messages, we bring you birthday shouts and sports here on the Super Morning Show.
Welcome contestants to the final round. Winner takes all. For 1,000 points, all you have to do is give me the correct answer to the following riddle. I am one place, but with the right connection, I can be 1,000 other places. Some people call me magic. Some people call me a feeling. In me, you can be anything you want to be. I'm the most common and yet the rarest place in the whole world. What am I?
A church.
Oh, wrong. Contestant 3, what's your answer?
The answer is home.
Correct! Congratulations to our winner, Contestant 3.
There's no place like home. Connect your home to super fast internet with affordable data bundles from MTN Home. Visit broadband.mtn.com.gh or your My MTN app to sign up today. MTN.
Ever wondered what else your Standard Chartered Visa card can do? It is not just for taking money from ATMs. Your Standard Chartered Visa card is the enjoyment card. Use it to shop at malls and supermarkets and for all your online transactions. Book and pay for that overdue vacation online and win fantastic rewards like airtime, Melcom gift vouchers, and a weekend stay at a plush hotel and many more. It is the enjoyment card. So next time you're about to make any payment, let your Standard Chartered Visa card lead the way, not cash. It is your gateway to secure, convenient, and rewarding payments. Visit the 360 Rewards website for more information. Standard Chartered, here for good.
Pay small, drive covered.
Charlie, my guy. Hey, driving these days be sweet oh. No pressure, everything's smooth.
Look at you smiling early morning. What's making life so easy like that?
Simple. I'm using Pay As You Earn motor insurance from Coronation.
Pay As You Earn?
Yes, same trusted cover, but I pay monthly or quarterly. Just the way I prefer. It's about flexibility.
So I don't have to pay everything at once.
Only if you want to. And with every policy, 50% goes to support the National Road Safety Authority, helping to promote and improve safety on our roads. Visit ecoronation.com, select Pay As You Earn motor insurance, and fill out all required details. Pay with mobile money. Policy comes straight to your phone.
Pay small, drive covered.
Pay As You Earn motor insurance, a flexible option from Coronation.
Pay small, drive covered.
Welcome back. Time now for birthday messages here on the Super Morning Show, brought to us by MTN. Everywhere you go. And Bank of Africa, BOA Pay from Bank of Africa offers a hassle-free solution for fee collection and other payments. Call us or chat Fafa at boaghana.com for details. Bank of Africa, strong as a group, as close as a partner. We'll bring you the birthday messages shortly. It means we can bring you the Sports Center, brought to us by MTN. Switch to MTN's eSIM. Download my MTN app to go SIMless today. Standard Chartered Bank, here for good. FPAC blows your pain away, and DSTV, your home of entertainment.
Let's talk to Standard Chartered Bank and get our financial freedom journey on course. At Standard Chartered, they can help you explore a range of wealth management and investment options, support your 2026 financial ambitions. So let's have a discussion on wealth management and investment options to help you build a strong and diversified investment portfolio. Speak to our experts at Standard Chartered today and take the first step toward making your dreams a reality. Call them on 020-202-7682 or 020-222-0499. Email them info@scwealthmanagement.com or visit them on the 4th floor of Standard Chartered or Pebia branch or any of their branches. Standard Chartered, here
for good. Now imagine walking into a home where nobody ever pauses what they're doing online. The girls are streaming the latest Netflix series. That special playlist is rolling. That is on his usual Teams video calls. Uploads are uploading, downloads are downloading, and not a single person says my data is finished. That's the power MTN Fiber gives you. Unlimited internet for endless streaming, endless connection, endless everything for your home. Now you get to enjoy a special range of unlimited fiber internet packages. Whether you are a new or existing customer, just log into my MTN app now and tap broadband or dial *5057# to get your preferred unlimited MTN fiber package. MTN is everywhere you go. Thank you, Tahiru. Thank you.
Good morning, Winston. Amoah.
Good morning. How you doing?
Very well. How are you?
Charlie, as you can see, God is still taking care of his children.
Yeah, nice food there.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I just...
looks very legit.
It's legit, actually. Today is Wednesday, right?
It is Wednesday. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I wore this one, and today is Ash Wednesday.
Yeah.
And today is the beginning of the
Ramadan
also. So
it's a special day.
It is a special day.
Indeed.
And you've started.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm fasting.
As I do with you from up to 12 half day, I'll continue.
Why do you need to do half day though?
But I'm doing half day.
You can just do the full day.
No, the last week I do the full day.
You're welcome aboard.
Thank you. Anyway, let's get into the world of sports.
Yes, good morning to all of you. Welcome aboard to the Joy Sports Center with me, Fentio, Tahiru Fentio. Coming up,
Mbappe, World Cup winner himself, finding Vinicius Junior. Oh, that is magnificent. Top corner, top draw, top class from Vinicius Junior. He has lit up the Estadio de Luz.
Yeah, Vinicius Junior, he scored a wonder goal to hand Real Madrid first leg advantage over Benfica in the Champions League playoff match yesterday in a game that was stopped for 10 minutes because the Brazilian said he was racially abused. Also in this bulletin.
Why are we not asking every sector of the economy, every unit of the economy to make their budgets public? Why? And why Black Stars? Why? Why do we create confusion when there's no need? For me, it's a waste of time.
GFA President Keto Craig could devise opinion by stating that a request for the national team budget to be disclosed is a complete waste of time. We'll tell you more about that a little later. But first, Ghana will face Mexico in an international friendly on Friday, May 22 this year at a yet-to-be-announced venue in Mexico as part of preparations for the 2026 FIFA World Cup in North America. The GFA said the Black Star squad will feature a mix of domestic and Europe-based players closely monitored by Otuado and a selected group of under-23 players who will be preparing to play in the Olympic Games qualifiers. The Mexico fixture increases Ghana's scheduled warm-up matches to 3 following earlier confirmation of friendlies against Austria and Germany during the March international window. Ghana are also set to face Panama on June 17 before concluding their Group L campaign against England and Croatia. And you can be a part of Ghana's World Cup journey. Latina Travel and Tours, they're taking you to the competition. You can visit them at Alisa Hotel, Northridge, to secure your spot. Yesterday, the U.S. Embassy announced that they had opened several appointment slots, and you don't need to waste time. Call Latina today as well on 0244-260-789. They can help you secure that visa, your charter flights, and all your match tickets. 0244-260-789, or go to their office at Alisa Hotel at Northridge. Now, away from World Cup matters, but still with the Black Stars, President of the Ghana Football Association, Keto Kreku, he has suggested that the association is being targeted because the government is making the budgets of only national team public. The directive to publish national team budgets was issued by John Dramani Mahama during his first State of the Nation address to ensure transparency and accountability in the use of taxpayers' funds. However, Okreku described it as a complete waste of time.
I don't have a problem.
You're okay?
I don't have a problem at all. But I ask myself one question.
Yeah.
Why are we not asking every sector of the economy, every unit of the economy to make their budgets public? Why? And why Black Stars? Why? Why do we create confusion when there's no need for confusion? Why are we not asking Asase Radio to make their budget public?
It's a private entity.
Yes, but DF is a private entity.
Well,
okay.
Supported
yes. Yes.
Funded and supported.
Yes.
Why, I'm saying, Black Stars.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
I mean, we dwell and waste our time sometimes on things which are needless. Okay. I mean, why do we place a lot of premium on when the real issues do exist? I don't have any problem. I mean, the president of the country have already given a directive.
Yeah.
The minister of the sector has carried the directive, and he will continue to carry the directive. So, for me, it's a waste of time. You know what I mean? As simple as that.
Very interesting thoughts from the GFA president, Kojo there. I'm not exactly sure how the president or anybody else that gave that directive will take these comments. He's also said that it's his ultimate goal, though, to end Ghana's 44-year wait for an AFCON title. Since he took over as GFA president, the best the Black Stars have done is a run of 16 at the AFCON.
I want to win off the pitch. I want to win on the pitch. Off the pitch, I think that I've won lots of battles, or we have won lots of battles. On the pitch, the kind of battles I want to win are still outstanding, and that's still some work to be done. I want to win the AFCON. For a fact, it's been only God knows how many years. We lost count the number of times that we have tried, and we've not been able to win the AFCON.
So that's Keto Kroku. In fact, since he became GFA president, Ghana has suffered 2 group stage exits at the AFCON in 2021 and in Cote d'Ivoire. In 2019, the round of 16 there, that was supervised by the normalization committee. So a bit of correction there. That interview, of course, was on Asase Radio. Now, the Ghana under 12 team, or the under 12 team of VfB Stuttgart, that's the German Bundesliga side, they are in Ghana to strengthen ties with African counterparts while immersing themselves in the country's culture through learning, service and community engagement. Joy Sports' Joseph Ayenga Walter joined the team on a visit to Kokrobite and reports.
For the third consecutive year, the U12 side of VfB Stuttgart visited Ghana as part of the club's cultural exchange program aimed at exposing young players to diverse environments beyond football. The trip focuses on building connections between European and African children through sports, learning and community engagement. The team visited the Sankofa Chilton Center in Kokrobite, where they inspected an aquaponics project built from recycled plastic bottles, an initiative started during their previous visit.
My third time here in Ghana and in Kokrobite, and for us it's very important that the kids see more of the world, see and meet other people, other cultures. That's very important, and the development of their characters, the most important thing why we're here.
The parents also join in volunteer activities at the center, supporting ongoing community projects while helping their children better appreciate cultural differences. The young players embrace the experience, pushing wheelbarrows and fetching sand in what turned into both service and adventure.
Me as a Ghanaian living in Germany, and also my team, the Germans who are here, we are trying to give something back to the society. And I really appreciate that we take our time. Most of us, we are working, but we want to really show the love to Ghana and kids.
I'm happy to be here. I want to see this culture here, and I like it here.
Some Stuttgart under 12 players ending that report with Joseph Ayenga Walter there. So they will continue to be in Ghana, engaging with some Ghanaian counterparts of the same age group as they try to immerse themselves into African culture. Hopefully that will prevent some of the incidents we saw last night with Vinicius Jr. and Real Madrid in the Champions League playoffs. He scored the winning goal to give Real Madrid a 1-0 win in the Champions League playoff first leg on Tuesday in a match that was marred by allegations of racist abuse. The Brazilian put Madrid ahead 5 minutes after the break at the Stadio de Luz. Moments later, he accused Benfica's Gianluca Prestiani, who is Italian by the way, of directing a racist slur at him, prompting referee Francois Letizia to suspend the game for 11 minutes under FIFA's anti-racism protocol. Vinicius Jr.'s teammate Kylian Mbappe, he said he heard what happened and narrated it after the game.
Player number 25 from Benfica, I don't want to say his name because he doesn't deserve it, who starts speaking badly. I don't accept that, but it happens in football. He then put his shirt over his mouth to call Vinny a monkey 5 times. I heard it. There were Benfica players who heard it too. And then after that, from that point, everything that you saw happened.
So Mbappe said he heard Gianluca Prestiani, who is Italian, who is Argentine. I don't know what I keep saying Italian. He's Argentine. He said he heard him call Vinicius Jr. a monkey 5 times in the game. That's just crazy. Meanwhile, Benfica boss Jose Mourinho, he questioned why Vinicius Jr. celebrated by dancing by the corner flag in front of the Benfica fans.
He says, how do you explain that it went that way, it happened that way? But it's easy. When you have an incredible player who scores an extraordinary goal, you have to go and celebrate with your teammates and respect the stadium, which is here to support their team. It's that.
So Jose Mourinho is suggesting that Vinicius Jr.'s celebrations was a big part of what happened. But Thierry Henry, he disagrees. He believes Mourinho should rather be demanding more from his own player.
Like, I don't like Real Madrid. When I'm Madridista tonight, there's nothing. You don't want to see that. I don't care what shirt of Vinicius Jr. is wearing. I don't want to see that. And I heard some people saying it's always happening with him. Who cares? It's the issue here. Why are you trying to move the subject? Let's go back to the point. What has been said? It's been said that Vinicius Jr. is a monkey. What are we talking about once again? What shall we do? And on top of that, he can't celebrate? Where are we here? What are we talking about? No, it is not a generalization on what Benfica is as a club. I think that no one is talking about it. We all have massive respect for Benfica, but that individual needs to answer to what Kylian has said. You cannot just come out and say, I didn't say anything. Well, why did you cover your mouth then?
That's Thierry Henry disagreeing with Jose Mourinho. So he says the celebration couldn't have been the cause of that racist abuse. And he says he doesn't understand why nothing has been said so far about the players' behavior. And Winston, this is just last night it was a crazy situation. And, you know, at the highest level of football, and you just have a lot of people running away from responsibility. So far, no statement condemning the player from Benfica themselves. Nothing has been said from the club's point of view. And Mourinho, instead of maybe talking about trying to later address the matter with his own player, rather chose to focus on Vinicius Jr.'s celebrations. And it's just one of those things that's, you know, it's just completely mad what should have been a really beautiful game of football.
You know what we're going to do, Fentio? Let me just go for the business minute, and then we'll talk about this briefly. Time now for the business minute, brought to us by Anointed Engineering Services, the generator experts.
Hello, good morning. Welcome to the Joy Business Minutes, brought to you by Anointed Electricals, the generator expert. Government has paid 10 billion Ghana cedis in interest obligations under the Domestic Debt Exchange Program. This payment, according to government, marks the sixth coupon settlement under the program and represents the second full cash payment without any payment in kind component, reflecting strengthened fiscal capacity and solvency. License buying companies have indicated that they're open to talks on possible restructuring of more than 10 billion Ghana cedis owed by Cocoa Board. This is coming after government announced it has taken over the debt of Cocoa Board over a proposed restructuring plan. The total amount of money currency in circulation slowed significantly last year compared to that of 2024. That's according to a new data that we've picked up from the Bank of Ghana. And that's all for the Joy Business Minute, brought to you by Anointed Electricals, the generator expert.
And Anointed Engineering Services Limited is into the sale of ultra-silent, fuel-efficient diesel generating sets with sizes ranging from 5 kVA to 3,000 kVA at competitive prices. Beg your pardon. Every generator you acquire, you will enjoy a 5-year warranty. They also undertake maintenance and repairs of all kinds of diesel generating sets. Their services include a 24-hour emergency service, sale of genuine spare parts, reliable rental services, professional advice, sale of tar lights and rental. Locate their East Legon branch at 26 Boundary Road, Legon, close to AH Hotel. And head office at number 77 Anointed House on the main Odoko Malam Highway near the Odoko traffic light. They have 21 branches nationwide, and they are into skill training. They have a training school that trains students in generators and plants, auto mechanics, electricals and controls, and solar installations, offering 80% hands-on training and 20% theory. So call them on 0243 480 334 or 0246 423534. Anointed the generator experts. Yes, thank you. You're making a point before we had to go for the business minute.
Yeah, so I was just saying, there's footage of the incident. I don't know if you've seen it on social media of the player. And Vinicius released a statement calling the player a coward because the incident that is being reported that caused the stoppage of play. The replay showed the player using his shirt to cover his mouth while he was speaking to Vinicius Jr. So they're professional lip readers. So now, if you, and that's why a lot of players like to cover their mouth, or even coaches when they're speaking with each other, because they don't want the cameras to pick up what the movement of their mouths, because then it could give away team secrets and what have you. He decided to go a step further by raising the collar of his jersey, covered his mouth, and said whatever he said. He also later released a statement saying that Vinicius misinterpreted what he said. The problem is,
So what did he say?
What did you say? He didn't say what he said. He just said that Vinicius misinterpreted what he thought he heard, and that he was never racist. But I'm just saying that, Vinicius was yellow carded for the celebration. There is something called provocation, but I don't think celebrating around the corner flag anywhere on the pitch can be considered provocation, because it's not exactly as if he was pointing at the Benfica flag. He was just dancing around the corner flag, and he got yellow carded for that. The player in question, after the play stopped for a few, he was not yellow carded, not substituted. Absolutely nothing was done. It's just a complete waste of 11 minutes that served absolutely no purpose. And then after the game, while everybody needed to treat the incident and focus their attention where it's supposed to be, which is maybe a revision of the protocols when racist chants are heard or reported, or what could possibly be done to a player who does something like this. There was a lot of focus on the behavior of Vinicius Jr. and the celebration of Vinicius Jr. And this is not the first time. This happens all the time. And Thierry Henry is right. Like, it's football. It's full of emotions. What is wrong with the players celebrating? Celebrations have been, or dancing to celebrate. Yeah. It's been going on for ages. How is it all of a sudden, whenever it's Vinicius Jr., the problem is always that he engineered it, and that he's a terrible human being, that he's provoking opposition fans, and he's doing that, and everything is his fault. What about the other people? Because provocation is a part of football. Last weekend, Alvaro Morata got sent off in a game for FC Como. Now, Como is coached by Cesc Fabregas, his former teammate at Chelsea. Fabregas said after the game, and because he was provoked and he reacted and got sent off, and he says any player who cannot deal with provocation at this point, at this level, has no business playing football. He's basically said his former teammate should stop playing football if he can't deal with provocation. That is to say that it doesn't matter how much you're provoked, so long as it is not look, you're supposed to react in a certain way, but it has to be measured. And I'm saying that sending racial slurs towards another player can be no justification or no justifiable reaction to any sort of provocation.
Great. Thank you very much. Fentiu Tahiru Fentiu Atahiru Ajaga. But let's get interactive this morning here on the Super Morning Show. Maybe you could also tell us what your thoughts are concerning about the match between Benfica and Real Madrid. Social media messages brought to us by EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank, and Provident Insurance. With Provident, man, you're covered.
And let me tell you about EcoBank mobile app. If your money is controlling you, now is the time to take charge. Okay? Now the EcoBank mobile app gives you the power to command your money, to transact across 33 African countries and anywhere in the world. So command your money to make water, electricity and school fees payments, bank and mobile money payments, create virtual cards to buy only what you need, and more. So Money Commander, download the EcoBank Money app now on the App Store or Play Store and command your money. Command also means paying attention to details. EcoBank will never call or send an SMS asking for your PIN, your OTP, your bank card, or your Ghana card details. So when in doubt, call EcoBank on 0800 003225. EcoBank is the Pan-African bank.
So if you drive or own a car, then make sure you're protected with motor insurance you can trust. Provident Insurance offers comprehensive third-party fire and theft, third-party only motor insurance with fast, stress-free claims payment. Insure from now till March and enjoy fuel coupons and exclusive branded souvenirs. Terms and conditions apply. Visit any of Provident Insurance's 16 branches nationwide, their agency outlets or licensed brokers. You can also call 0509 374928 for enquiries or visit providentgh.com for more information. Remember, Ghana card is required for individuals and TIN for corporate clients for all motor insurance transactions in line with NIC directives. With Provident, man, you're covered, which means we can bring you big stories here on the Super Morning Show, and big stories brought to us by Telecel Connecting Energies. Republic Bank, we're the one for you. Join the Republic Verse. Do more, shine more. Big up. Hollard Insurance, we've got you covered.
And your money deserves the safest home, and with Telecel Cash, you are protected every step of the way. No risks, no worries, no long stories, just peace of mind. Dial *110# or download the Telecel Play app now for safe, secure transactions. Telecel Cash, the safer choice.
Well, are you looking for motor insurance that goes the extra mile? Then Hollard Insurance has something special for you this 2026, and you wouldn't want to miss out. Insure your car with Hollard and enjoy extra rewards. New customers get to drive away with free fuel vouchers when they sign up. Existing customers get exclusive gifts when they renew, plus 24/7 free roadside assistance for everyone, so you're never stuck on the road. That's value you can trust. Call 0800 444 999. Visit any Hollard office or speak to our broker today. Men slack. Hollard Insurance, we've got you covered.
You know, Kojo,
you
know, we all want to live in a better world, right?
Of course.
Not a dystopian world, an utopian world where everything works. And that is the Republic Verse. If you want to own a dream home with Republic Bank mortgages, they'll sort you out. If you want to grow your SME faster, SME and corporate banking solutions will sort you out. If you want to run your daily finances smoothly with retail and commercial banking products, the Republic Verse has solutions for you. And you can build wealth with investments and trust management and pay anywhere, anytime with Republic Visa credit or debit cards. So whether you're starting out, scaling up, or stepping into what's next, Republic Verse gives you the power to do more and shine brighter. Call Republic Bank toll free on 0800 414 414. That is 0800 414 414, or WhatsApp 0546 414 414 right now and step into the Republic Verse. This is the Republic Verse. Do more, shine more, big up. Republic Verse, we are the one. Republic, we are the one for you.
Great. Stay with us when we return after these messages here on the Super Morning Show. Of course, we need to talk about food on our table. We need to talk about tomatoes. Okay, it's very, very important. And we've also been talking about the Russian sex tourists. But also yesterday, during the launch of the Women of Valor, Kojo, some women have been speaking about the abuses they went through in their relationships. We'll share them with you after these.
There are many reasons to connect, and it's all to put smiles on the faces of those you love.
Daddy, thanks for the tea cash, okay? I love you.
That's my daughter, Angela. Caring for my parents, that's my duty. I also get to pay my utility bills easily with Telecel Cash. And to the suppliers at my shop,
hello sir, Telecel Cash payment received right on time. Thank you.
I get to make them smile because I can pay to my suppliers' merchant numbers, even on other networks directly. My dear ones, we keep the connection stronger when our family, friends, and business relations are happy. Live on cash, enjoy convenience, and make those who matter smile when you send them money with Telecel Cash.
Telecel, connecting energies.
Mr. Kojo, 1 minute before you go to work. The AC you said you want to fix, it won't work.
Why?
Because the electrician will come and chisel my wall. It will make my building weak. Wait, is that a puppy? No animals in my house,
Kojo knows all the challenges about renting. That was his reality until he discovered Republic Bank. With Republic Bank's flexible mortgage solutions, you can move from tenant to homeowner quickly. Imagine stepping into your own home, a place for your family to grow and create memories. Big up. Join the Republic Verse. Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Honey, Easter in Dubai will not be bad, crowd. What do you think?
Hey, Dubai pa! But how?
The Activa Cedar promo.
Hey!
Activa Insurance is thanking its customers and welcoming new ones. Just buy or renew any Activa Insurance policy and enter into a draw where you can win a fully paid trip to Dubai. Flight, hotel and tours all covered. And if not Dubai, you can still win TVs, fridges, washing machines and many more.
Really?
Yes. Buy your home, motor, fire, travel, personal accident insurance or any Active Lady solution.
Amazing!
Walk into any Activa Insurance branch or agency nationwide or dial *713 *313# now. Acida promo is partnered by Travel Planners Ghana, your travel experts, and Malcolm. Promo ends 5th March 2026. T's and C's apply. Activa Insurance. Our clients, our passion. This promo is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform.
It's time for some midweek action. Good morning. I've got some picks to boost your winnings on Betway. Use my booking code BW3D27B39D. Our main focus is on the Champions League and Europa League playoff matches. But first, there is the small matter of Premier League leaders and title hopefuls Arsenal on the road to engage Wolverhampton Wanderers, where they will endeavour to move 7 points clear at the summit. I predict a win for Arsenal. Karabakh FK and Newcastle United face-off in the first leg of their knockout phase playoff tie in the Champions League. I predict an away win or draw for Newcastle. In a similar contest, Club Brugge host Atletico Madrid. Over 1.5 goals will do in this fixture. Use our booking code to check out the other matches on our slip. That is BW3D27B39D. Get more rewards with Betway. Log on to betway.com.gh to place your bet. Regulated by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. Bet responsibly. No under 18. Betway. Get way more.
Kuma has always dreamt of commanding his own military forces.
Attention! Eyes right. Stand at ease.
Because that dream is still a vision in progress, he spends his time commanding his money with the EcoBank mobile app.
Operation Supplier Payment. Dispatch 1,000 units of currency from Accra to Benin. Move! Move!
Sometimes he wants a little extra control so that he can buy only what he needs.
Command Center mobile app. Activate virtual card protocol and initiate payments for sneakers and t-shirts. Abort mission for leather coat payment.
Even when the general is fast asleep, his standing order marches out to sort his bills. With the EcoBank mobile app, you can command your money to make safe transactions in Ghana and across 33 African countries. Download the EcoBank mobile app on the Play or App Store today.
By the left, about turn.
EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank. EcoBank will never call or send an SMS asking for your PIN, OTP, bank card, or Ghana card details.
When you hit the road, anything can happen. Drive with motor insurance that's fast, reliable, and always there when it matters. Whether it is comprehensive motor insurance, third-party fire and theft, or third-party only, Provident Insurance will sort you out. Insure or renew from January to March and enjoy fuel coupons and exclusive branded souvenirs. Terms and conditions apply. Drive confident. Drive protected. Visit any Provident Insurance branch nationwide, our agency outlets, or licensed brokers. You can also call 050-937-4928 for inquiries or visit providencegh.com for more information. Remember, Ghana card is required for individuals and TIN number for corporate clients and for all motor insurance transactions in line with NIC directives.
With Provident, plan you're covered.
We shouldn't have gone to that party.
Masa, my head is killing me. Is that your stomach?
Yes.
What did you eat?
I don't know.
Get rid of your gastric problems with number 10 liver salt. Number 10 gives you quick, effective relief from nausea, indigestion, heartburns, hangovers, and hyperacidity. And with different fruity flavors such as orange and lemon, it's a pretty tasty way to end an uncomfortable situation. Number 10 liver salt from Ernest Chemist, because everyone needs a chemist.
This advert has been vetted and approved by FDA.
Do
you want to remain productive and competitive in your business? Then I am happy to remind you that Anointed Engineering Services Limited is still here to serve. We provide homes, offices, and institutions with ultra-silent, reliable, and fuel-efficient diesel generating sets. With sizes ranging from 5 kVA to 3000 kVA at unbeatable prices, you also enjoy a 5-year warranty. Anointed Engineering is noted for unwavering 24-hour after-sale emergency service, rental and sale of tile lights and genuine spare parts, undertake repair and maintenance of all diesel generators, and buy back used generators. Sign up today at our training school and gain hands-on experience from our team of professionals on generators, plants, auto mechanics, electricals, controls, and solar installations. Anointed Engineering has 21 branches nationwide. Locate us at East Legon, 26 Boundary Road, close to the AH Hotel. Call us on 024-642-3534 or 024-348-0334. Locate our head office in Accra at number 77 Anointed House on the main Odoko Malam Highway near the Odoko traffic light. Anointed Engineering Services Limited, the generator experts.
Coffee in your cup and joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM.
Welcome back, and thank you very much for staying with us here on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM with me, Winston, Amoah, and Kojo Akoto Boateng. So, since the terrorist attack in Tetao on Saturday, resulting in the loss of lives of 8 Ghanaians. Now, on Monday, when the Interior Minister spoke to us, he told us 7 were killed with 4 injured. Now we're told another person has died, increasing the number to 8. But there's been a lot of conversation about, production of tomato in this country. When we went to the Techiman market, there were traders who were calling on government to assist them to be able to grow tomatoes so they don't have to travel all the way to Burkina Faso to get tomatoes in. So this morning we felt, okay, let's have this conversation, right? And we've been joined by the Deputy Minister of Agric and Member of Parliament for Ayawaso West Wogon, John Dumelo. John, good morning. Thank you very much for joining us.
Good morning, boss. How are you?
God is still taking care of his children. I believe you're fine.
Amen. Yes, sir.
Good. So let's get straight into it. And over the past 3 days, the conversation is being about Ghanaian traders who were killed in Burkina Faso, but also how we can ensure that we are self-sufficient, particularly when it comes to tomato, the reason these traders were in Burkina Faso. How do we intend to do that?
Well, good morning to your listeners and good morning to everyone in the studio. It would be interesting to know that over the years, we've tried so many ways to be able to be self-sufficient when it comes to tomato production. As we speak, there are certain irrigation facilities around the country where there are trials going on with different varieties of tomatoes to see how best we can commercialize them. Tomorrow to Friday, I'll be around some of these irrigation schemes to see how far they've gone. In certain areas, they've even started harvesting some of the tomatoes. But also, we should also understand that we came to power last year. This is our second dry season. And so, like I said yesterday, by the end of this year, where we are beginning the third dry season, I'm sure we'll be able to scale up production. And then hopefully, by 2 years' time, we'll be able to cut the importation of tomatoes by 20 or 30%. And so that is the aim and that is the goal.
Okay, let's get a few things clear. So you're talking about some irrigation facilities that you're revamping with a view of making sure we're able to produce all year round. What facilities are we talking about? We also would want to know so we can visit these facilities and brief our listeners on them.
When you go to the Ashanti region, their Commandant irrigation scheme, they are doing some trials there. When you go to the Tono Dam in the north, they are doing some trials there with the FSRP. When you go to Garu, there's an irrigation facility there that they are also doing some tomato production.
Okay. So these trials that we're doing, John, what's the plan? How many more tons of tomatoes do we intend to produce?
Our yearly demand is almost 800,000 metric tons, and hopefully by the end of 2-3 years, we should be doing about 200,000 or 300,000 metric tons, especially in the dry season. It will also interest you to know that we've selected some few farmers across the country where we've given them, or we're about to give them, the solar-powered boreholes, and we've also distributed some water pumps across some of these farmers organizations across. 2 days ago, I was in the eastern region to meet the vegetable farmers in the Kojo and Afram Plains area, and I assured them that government is going to support them to be able to increase or scale up their production, especially during the dry season.
Now, if our consumption is about 800,000 metric tons and we produce 400,000 metric tons, which means we have a deficit of 400,000 metric tons. The Chamber of Agribusiness estimates that we lose between 35 to 40% of our local production. Some put it at 50%, but even if it's to go with, say, 30, you're looking at 150,000 metric tons that is lost. So you have 250,000 metric tons. Now, if we're looking at increasing production by 200,000 metric tons within 2 to 3 years, that still doesn't make us self-sufficient, John.
No, it doesn't. But if you look at how agric works, there are times when there's research and development, there are times when there are some trials, and it's going to take some time. Example, just like we are doing with the Akoto policy where we want to eventually stop the importation of poultry products. I mean, it's going to take a couple of years for us to reach that point. And it's the same with the tomatoes. But I can assure you that if we continue how we are doing now in terms of the trials and the research and everything that we are doing, I should think that in about 5 or 6 years, we should stop the total importation of tomatoes from Burkina Faso and neighboring countries.
Now, these women are concerned. The traders are concerned. Ghanaians are concerned because, the fear is the area, and the Tetao area, as you would know, is actually the hub of domestic and regional trade in tomatoes. But that's an area that's also controlled by terrorists. So if we're going to be going there, we're going to go to other areas. Automatically, if I were a trader in tomatoes, this risk alone is enough reason for me to increase it a little bit. And that in itself will lead to challenges. So what's the plan?
Yesterday, I had a brief meeting with my colleague, the Deputy Minister of Interior, and we had a tete-a-tete about it. We are trying to, or he is trying to, or his ministry is in talks with the security personnel in the Burkina Faso side to be able to give some of the tomato traders some form of security to be able to go in and out and trade. Our security jurisdiction ends at the border. And after that, it's taken over by the Ouagadougou officials, and so that's the kind of talks that we are into. And hopefully, in the next couple of days, we would have a clear roadmap as to how we can let these traders go in and out and trade the tomatoes.
Honorable Minister, this is Kojo Akoto Boateng here. You mentioned that we are running trials, new varieties, and all that. Is it really a varietal issue, or is a problem to do with infrastructure and the structures to enable us actually increase our yield? Because I know that we have different varieties that have been tried over the years in the country that are being planted, Potomac, Raja this, and all those things. But do we have enough irrigated land, enough infrastructure, cold chain, dry chain, to support the industry to thrive?
That's an interesting question, because if you look at the whole value chain, we cannot just concentrate on one and isolate the other. And you are right. When it comes to tomato production or vegetable production, all the sectors of the value chain has to be greatly enhanced. Yes, we do have some varieties that are on the market that need to be commercialized according to the research institutions around. And then also we enhance our irrigation schemes around. And then most importantly also, when it comes to the agric ministry, we are asking the farmers to form cooperatives so that when we are bringing help or we are bringing some sort of support, we know it's easily targeted. And then, of course, we also have to have some kind of storage facilities across the country. And so, if you look at it, yes, it's a long value chain, but the most important one is getting the right varieties to plant, getting the right inputs to give to the farmers, and then also getting the right irrigation schemes around up and running for us to be able to have full production.
Okay. Now, on irrigation, when your government took over, you launched the Irrigation for Wealth Creation Phase 1, and you were targeting to build 10,000 hectares in 8 regions. Because you mentioned Akomadan earlier, let me refer to the Akomadan irrigation scheme. There was a research done to take inventory of our irrigation schemes. And Akomadan, which has a potential area of 1,000 hectares, started in 1974. To the best of my knowledge, just about 65 to 100 hectares of this 1,000 hectares have been developed. Your government targeted to develop 10,000 hectares. We are in the second year of your government. How many hectares of this have you developed for farmers?
You know, Kojo, when it comes to irrigation schemes, it's a whole process. It's about feasibility studies. It's about getting the right financing. It's about hitting the ground running. But as we speak, we are literally on maybe the first or second stage where we are done with the feasibility studies. We are looking for the right financing to be able to kickstart all the projects.
So the 10,000 you announced that you develop, have we started, or we are yet to start the actual development?
No, we've started some of the developments.
Okay.
And in the next few days, I can share with you some of the areas that we've started the development.
Okay. Now, traders are saying they won't go to Burkina Faso to bring us tomatoes for the season because of what is happening. Do we have any other alternative sources of getting fresh tomatoes for the Ghanaian public?
Yes, that's how come tomorrow I'll be up north to engage some of the tomato farmers around to be able to scale up as soon as possible. But of course, scaling up, it will take like 2 or 3 months. But in the interim, we are depending on the Interior Ministry to see how best they can give some security enforcement to some of these traders to, at least for the time being, let in some of the tomatoes from Burkina Faso.
Okay. And your irrigation support for the farmers, when are you starting that? You said you are going to give out some solar-powered boreholes to farmers. When should they expect those?
We actually started last year where we gave out some quote-unquote galamsey water pumps that were seized by the Natural Resources Ministry. We distributed over 1,000 of the water pumps across some of the regions, to the farmers. With the solar-powered water pumps, we're going to start in the next few months across the country as well.
And these will be distributed to areas with water?
Yes.
And you've done the full feasibility, so we know that once the pumps go in, there will be water to be pumped.
Oh, definitely, yes.
Okay. Now, we've also seen that the rainfall pattern has changed. Even this month it's been raining. Do we have a good sense on how the climate is going to be this year for farmers, knowing that 95% of us are rain-fed farmers? What should our Ghanaian farmers prepare for this year as the season comes up?
Well, last year the rains were very good to us. It literally rained, let's say, the whole year. This year we've also seen, like you said, the rains have come in a little bit earlier, and we hope it will continue this dry season right into the raining season. But we are just anticipating that we'll have a good rainfall pattern this year. But the most important question is we need to be able to, of course, empower the buffer stock so that when there's another buffer, we'll be able to buy the excesses from these farmers, one. And then number two, to as quickly as possible set up processing plants. I know for a fact that my minister, Honorable Eric Opoku, cut sword for a tomato processing plant in Asante North. Hopefully this year it should be in place. And we are just looking for other private partnerships to come on board so that we'll be able to process the excesses so that we don't lose them to post-harvest losses.
Okay, that's good to know. Excesses. Have you mopped up all the maize so far?
Not yet.
How much more maize do we have in the system to mop up? Do we know?
I don't have the exact quantity at hand, but I do know that there's quite a large number of maize on the market that we need to mop up.
Will the Agric Minister consider advising the Ministry of Trade and the government in general to put on to introduce import quotas for maize and rice? Because maize farmers are all complaining that because imported maize and imported rice is cheaper, they're unable to sell what they are producing here. Have you considered that in your deliberations as a ministry?
Oh yes, we have. We've had some couple of import permits that we've been able to put on hold, because if you look at the excesses that we have in the market, it doesn't, quote unquote, become relevant to still import some of these rice and cereals. And so yes, there's some level of restriction going on, and we hope and pray that when we're able to mop up these excesses, we'll allow them to come in.
All right, John Dumelo, thank you very, very much for making time to join us here on the Super Morning Show. You should come to the studio. But quick one, are there plans to establish farmers' markets within the various communities?
Oh yes, there are plans to establish farmers' markets within the various communities. Hopefully, by middle or end of this year, those farmers' markets should be fully operational. And so that's something we are greatly and quickly working on.
You say hopefully by what, middle or end of the year? I want to be able to come back and check. When?
That's why I'm being careful with my words, so that when you come and you check, you won't put me in check.
So let's get a specific date.
End of the year.
End of the year.
Yes,
okay. Thank you very, very much. John Dumelo is Deputy Agric Minister and Member of Parliament.
He's coming to the studio,
Yes, John, when are we having you in studio?
Oh, when I have some of the nkoko kitikiti and the eggs and the...
We already have nkoko to eat. We have nkoko to eat, so you don't need to bring us nkoko.
Okay. Then when I come back from the north with tomatoes, I'll come to the studio.
That would be great. That's the Deputy Agric Minister and Member of Parliament for Ayawaso West Wogon. So, Kojo, we're looking at 5 years to be sufficient when it comes to tomato production. Within the next 2 to 3 years, we're looking at increasing production by some 200,000 metric tons. And that, as we've put out, would not help us.
Yeah.
But because I know you've been conducting a lot of research into tomatoes, what do we need to be self-sufficient?
We need irrigated lands. We need that. Our irrigation penetration in the country is just about 5%. Even that, sometimes I think it's overestimated. We need irrigated lands, and I always make examples. In fact, let's talk about Titao. Titao is in northern Burkina Faso. There is a water body, a lake of sorts, and the people have developed lands around this lake, and then they pump water. They do a lot of drip and sprinkler irrigation. So all year round, even though that is northern Burkina, almost a desert area, all year round, because they have water, they're able to give water to their plants, so they're able to grow tomatoes. And we will drive our cars 1,200, 1,400 kilometers from Accra to Titao to buy tomatoes and bring it down to eat. We have water. We have the resources. The reason why I mentioned Akomadan when we were talking to the Honorable John Dumelo is that there was an inventory of irrigation and drainage facilities in the country. So we listed all the irrigation and drainage sites. And if you look at the capacity we have, that is abandoned in the bush, because consistently we are not investing in irrigation. It's very sad. And without irrigation, you are only left to the elements, right? So if it rains, rainy season, we'll plant tomatoes. We'll get a lot of tomatoes. And then 50% will rot, because there's a bumper harvest. We can't consume them immediately. Unfortunately, almost all your tomato processing factories are not processing local tomatoes. They are bringing in tomato concentrate and other things to process and sell within the country. And that tomato concentrate is not from here. So when there's a bumper harvest in any sane market, what you do is a principle of Joseph and Pharaoh. God said, I'm going to give you rain for 7 years. So the 7 years they planted, they dried, they stored. In the 7 years of lean season, they had food. That's the same principle. Rainy season, we get water, we plant vegetables, but we've not invested in any processing, any storage capacity. So they rot. So one, I think we need to develop more lands, irrigated land, so that we can plant all year round and actually schedule our planting so that we can have tomatoes flowing into our kitchens all year round. Number two, we need to invest in post-harvest technology. And for me, there are two things for me. Post-harvest, there is a dry chain and the cold chain. God placed us in the tropics. Our maize, when we plant it, what do? We dry it, right? Mm-hmm. You reduce the water and then you can store it for long. The presence of water means microbes can act on the organic material and make them go bad. It's the same thing. You can do same for tomatoes. You can slice tomatoes and dry them. Tomatoes usually would have between 90 to 95% water. So once you dry them and you take out the water, you can pack them in vacuum sealed bags or in whatever airtight containers and store them. In the dry season when you don't have tomato, the same dry tomato, you put them in your blender, you add water to it, you reconstitute it, you get 100% tomato paste. You can use it to cook and do all sorts of things. In other places, the dry tomato, they put them in olive oil and all sorts of oils and store. And this dryness is a global thing. Go to the Californian desert, you go to Spain, you go to Italy, go to all places, they dry tomatoes. And then there's the cold chain, what we call the tomato purees and the tomato paste and the tomato mix products. We need to also build capacity to be able to do that. If it means that we change our regulations as Standards Authority, we must change our regulations. Because if you look at the Standards Authority regulations for tomato mix and tomato paste, for example, if you have regulation that enjoins processors to make tomato mix products using only about 7% natural tomato content, right? It means that other things are filling up that can. But if we changed our regulation, for example, and said tomato paste should have 50% actual tomato, okay, the companies importing tomato concentrates may have a challenge bringing all these things in. Maybe they will now think about buying tomato from the market when we have a bumper season and convert it into concentrate and use it across the year. Maybe, just maybe. So we have to use a mix of investments in developed lands. When it comes to inputs, I don't want to talk about input because I am a student of the CSIR. I study CSIR every time and the things they are doing. They've done enough research when it comes to seed varieties. Yeah. There's even CSIR Kwabna and a lot of things. And they are high yielding varieties that can be planted in our system. So when it comes to input, push some small money to CSIR. Let them keep improving the varieties we have. When it comes to stuff like plant nutrition, we are investing in Nkoko Nkete and we are investing in the poultry value chain. It's one opportunity to get a lot of organic material. If we also look at, say, the other value chains, the rice and the other, we'll get a lot of organic material to convert into organic fertilizer. Then we import inorganic fertilizer to supplement some of these things. You have companies in Ghana like OFA, Organic Fertilizer for Africa, which was actually developed by CSIR, and a private businessman has commercialized it. You have different products in the country, so inputs isn't a problem as much. But let's get land developed. If you have more than 1,000 hectares and only about 100 hectares is properly developed for farming, it means you're underutilizing the land. You go to Wager, there's encroachment. You go to Dowenya, encroachment. You go to Veta, Afife. You go to Akuse. Look at Akuse and the other town, the one that starts with S, where we grow rice. The regional ministers
Somania.
No,
Shai Osudoku area.
The Shai Osudoku area. You have one of the biggest irrigation schemes in the country. You don't have proper roads leading there. Mm-hmm. So we are growing
I know that area.
A lot of rice. We are growing a lot of vegetables. We are growing fish. You don't have vehicles going there. So Nkrumah started irrigation. A champion came to grow it a bit further. Rawlings added on. Kufuor improved some. Akufo-Addo tried one district, one village, one dam, and also tried to do the economic enclaves project. Now, this new government also says they are doing 10,000 hectares of developed land, but most of them end up being on paper.
Look,
most of them don't see that. Look, and people elsewhere, Winston, people elsewhere. Look, there's this place we visited in Egypt. It's in the southwestern part of Egypt. Over 700,000 acres of developed lands. They are pumping water from the Nile and drawing water from underground sources. Greater Accra region is 750,000 acres. Developed land for irrigation and farming in Egypt, in the desert, 700,000 acres with an airstrip and placed land every now and again to take fresh fruits and fresh produce out to sell. Why can't we do the same? What's wrong with us?
Mr. Moin says, Kojo has a point on drying tomatoes. I have advocated this, for the past 20 years, that we should have 20 containers on trucks with some tomato preservation machines to go around the producing areas to mop up the excess during the glut season. And that's my suggestion. And he also started with this. My understanding from the interaction with women in Techiman market years ago revealed that the challenge is the variety of tomatoes. The women said that tomatoes from Burkina Faso had less water content as against the varieties from Ghana, which contain too much water. Because the Burkina Faso contains less water, it has a longer shelf life. So when the women buy from the farms, they don't spoil by the time they get to their destination compared to the Ghanaian variety. The situation can become disastrous with the Ghanaian variety if the truck breaks down on the way. The women claim that the Ghanaian variety, the risk of complete loss of their load is extremely high compared with the Burkina Faso variety.
There are different things to say about tomatoes. For example, how do we harvest tomatoes in this country for the market? Some women come to the farm and they want the tomatoes harvested when ripe because they want to just go and sell. But look at tomato value chains across the world and how some of them do it. Sometimes when the tomato just breaks color, okay, it's green, it breaks color, you see some orange color change coming, or you will harvest, because at that point the chemical that enables ripening has started acting on the tomato. So if I am buying tomatoes from, say, Akomadan and transporting it to Accra, I would have them harvest tomato that has broken color, and then I'll pack those, because on my way here the ripening process will continue. If it doesn't continue, I bring it to my cold room or my warehouse. I can actually induce ripening by using the right organic chemicals to induce ripening. We need to do all these things and build capacity, train our market women, let them understand some of the science behind ripening, the science behind. We always say, Burkina Faso tomato doesn't contain a lot of water. But any scientist who looks at tomatoes will tell you tomato contains, let's say, 85 to 95% of water. The change sometimes is just about 5%, depending on the variety. So for me, I still don't think it's a varietal issue to be discussed. How about the tomatoes we produce in Dawenya? The tomatoes we produce in Dawenya. If it's varietal, we need fresh tomatoes to eat right now. So why don't we have enough developed lands in Dawenya for us to produce a tomato that will feed Accra? If you go to Volta region, Danloga area, the Way, Anloga, Keta, Jita, all those Anyanui areas, people are farming tomatoes in the sea sand. on you know that beach sand.
That area, yeah.
They have drilled boreholes and they are farming tomatoes, just like people farm tomatoes in the desert. It's infrastructure. But our government will say we are building roads, and forgive me if I always use big push, because I think that roads must lead to productive centers of the economy. So if you are building roads and you are not developing land, you are not investing in irrigation, what are you doing? And look, Winston, to develop land for agric, you do farming. If you have 1 acre of land and you want to clear it with a machine, how much does it cost you? Then when you finish, you have to drill your borehole, do your drip irrigation. We spend money on a lot of things that don't give us returns. And if you like, I can give you examples. Should I?
Go ahead.
Should I give you examples? Mm-hmm. Look at how much money we spend. I was going to talk about what do you call it? National Cathedral, but let me spare it. let me spare the National Cathedral. Now, Speaker of Parliament says we want a new Chamber of Parliament. Speaker of Parliament says we want a new Chamber of Parliament. I'm sure parliamentarians will push it through. And then we will spend about $300 million to build a new Chamber of Parliament. What is wrong with our current Chamber of Parliament? And what can the $300 million do for food security, for example? We seem to want to spend money on all sorts of things, but the core things that sustain us as a people. We want to throw money at almost everything without thinking about the core things that sustain us as a people. Are we happy that our compatriots will travel 1,500 kilometers to a war zone to go and bring tomatoes to the country because somebody there developed irrigation for them? Go to the Tono irrigation scheme. It's facing challenges. What improvements have we made in the irrigation scheme to ensure that we expand for people to farm all year round? And Ghana is one of the countries blessed with a lot of water resources. So what really is the problem? So I think that, look, 24-hour economy. We are going to do 24-hour economy. We are going to do Abledo. We are going to do this. We are going to do that. Let us really sit down and ask ourselves, what does Ghana need? How do we provide what Ghana needs? And how do we ensure that when we provide it, it will be sustainable to take care of us now, take care of the generations yet unborn, and actually make Ghana a center of excellence?
Good question. But you see, you've talked about the Agbedu and all of that. And I have said something before, and I repeat it. If we want to be sufficient, okay, if we release funds to our financial institutions today and get people to bring their plans, okay, the financial institutions will look at it and release funds to them. Now, these funds we're going to release to the financial institutions should be funds that we don't start by playing politics with and say, oh, government, the way we do it, oh, government has released these funds to do this. Because then all of a sudden, once funds are released and are seen as political funds, those who assess the funds don't want to pay. But let's just get, release funds to financial institutions and let them give these funds to people to produce. Kojo, you'll be surprised. Why? The MasterCard Foundation is doing that. And they actually can get in touch with you and say, oh, you are a farmer. We have a facility for you. Share with us, your cash flow statement. Share with us your business plan. And let's see how much we can give you. Because the point is, what we have done over the period, again, is we've always looked at how we can make, quote unquote, money. What we've done over the period is to look at the procurement aspect. So whenever we're talking about, we need to do this, we need to do that, it's the procurement. So if we're leading procurement, so whoever leads the procurement gets to make money at the end of the day. Unfortunately, I think that we've reached the stage, I am of the view that we've reached the stage where government should no longer be seen leading these things. Government should make funds available to financial institutions. These financial institutions would give it to those who need it, haven't done the assessment. Because at the end of it, the financial institutions must pay back to government.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they can keep a bit of the interest. So they'll do the assessment and say, look, okay, maybe Winston needs this. Maybe, okay, Winston wrote and said he needed 2 million. But based on our assessment and based on even on the plan he shared with us, maybe we should give him, say, 3 million. Or maybe we give him 500,000. He doesn't need 2 million Ghana cedis. That is where I think we should focus on. Because, look, I've told you that years ago I planted maize. And when I planted maize, I 20 acres, left the maize on this thing, waiting for it to dry. Because then, at the time in the Volta region, we were told there was one dryer. So
a dryer.
Dryer.
Do you know how much it costs to get, say, a 1 ton dehydrator that can dry 1 ton of tomatoes every single day?
Tell me.
$5,000.
Well, so
5,000. Go to Alibaba right now and check.
So we while we're trying to book, look, the period we kept the plant on tree on in the farm, and by the time we realized we had lost practically everything. And I was concerned because, look, when we went for even the seedlings, the seedlings that we went for, we were not even
the educated. Seeds for the maize.
For the maize.
Yeah.
We're not educated on the kind of seeds that we had gone for. the variety that we had gone for. And because if we knew this is the variety we had, we'd have tried making bookings way before. The maids were, were okay for harvesting. But anyway, that's something that we lost. The lessons from that led me into pig farming. We'll take it like that.
At this particular point, I'm thinking somebody in government will say, so tomato production is a problem. We have water. We have machines. Do you know how much we spent bringing in the drip machines?
Tell me.
We've spent millions of dollars bringing in drip machines. And it will interest you to know that drip didn't start with Akufo-Addo. Mohammed's first administration, he brought machines in. They didn't name them, brand them as drip. It was the same Neil Van der Poel who was coordinator for drip. So you brought machines that we can use to develop roads, develop lands. They've been packed at the various assemblies. People want to farm. Any system that wants results would actually be looking at how we use the drip to immediately hit the ground. Start developing lands for people so that when the rain sets in, they can farm. When we get money, we can do irrigation for them so that they can farm all year round. How does it make sense that somebody sitting in Egypt developed an area which is bigger than Greater Accra region and is farming on it and exporting to Europe, and you have water all year round, and you can't farm something as simple as tomatoes, which when you plant within 85 days at West, you'll be harvesting.
Great. We'll get some thoughts from our listeners shortly, but let me share with you our pension tip for today. And employees can contribute additional 16.5% of their basic salary to a voluntary provident fund. Self-employed can contribute any amount at their own pace to a personal or group personal scheme. Periodically update your records with both SNIT and the corporate trustees anytime there's a change in your status or records. Check your statements regularly to ensure there are no gaps in the contribution payments and inform NPRA of any irregularities. Don't wait till you're about to retire. NPRA ensuring retirement income security.
Now, the National Petroleum Authority is cautioning the public to desist from scooping or fetching fuel from over 10 fuel tankers at accident scenes. Again, do not get closer to the scene in an attempt to take videos and pictures. Inhaling products is detrimental to your health, and worst of all, petroleum products are volatile and highly flammable. And a small spark can trigger a catastrophic explosion like we saw over the weekend and loss of property. So don't let a moment of desperation lead to a lifetime of regrets. If you see an overturned tanker, stay back, stay safe. Call trained professionals such as the Ghana National Fire Service or the Ghana Police Service personnel to handle the scene. Or you reach the National Petroleum Authority's contact center on 0302 550380 and your life will be saved. You know, your life is worth more than a gallon of fuel, right? And this message is from the NPA.
Now, at Access Bank, rewarding our customers is at the heart of what we do, and that's why we've introduced Rewards by Access, a loyalty program designed to add value to your everyday banking experience, whether you're shopping, traveling, or handling business expenses. Every transaction you make with your Access card brings you closer to exclusive benefits, premium privileges, and personalized rewards, all tailored to suit your lifestyle. Points earned through your card transactions can be redeemed seamlessly at any of our merchant partners nationwide, making your spending go even further. So whether you're a frequent flyer, regular shopper, or managing daily, family, personal, or business needs, Rewards by Access ensures you get more from every spend. Use your Access card today and enjoy a rewarding banking experience only with Access Bank. Visit loyaltyrewards.ghana.accessbankplc.com or call our toll-free line 0800 0044 004 for more details. Access Bank, more than banking.
And you should get ready to boost your career with the Chartered Institute of Management Accountants. Whether you are fresh out of uni or climbing the corporate ladder, CIMA gives you real-world skills, global recognition, and a powerful network of 689,000 professionals in 190 countries. And while you learn, unlock leadership and digital finance skills and become a chartered global management accountant. No boring lectures. You enjoy flexible, self-paced online learning. You study anytime and anywhere. And if you want more information, you can call 0263-011-992 or you visit aicpa-cima.com. Chartered Institute of Management Accountants, one CIMA qualification, career opportunities, baby, countless career opportunities.
Great. Lots of your messages. When we return also, we're going to be hearing from you. What do you think we can do differently to actually ensure that we are self-sufficient in our tomato production after these?
The world is changing fast, and the leaders who thrive will shape what comes next. What matters now is the ability to think clearly, act with purpose, and lead in complexity. For more than 20 years, Ashesi University has shaped leaders who do exactly that, combining character with rigorous real-world problem-solving. Our MBA and Master's programs in Intelligent Computing Systems and Mechatronic Engineering are designed for professionals who want their work to matter and their leadership to last. Remember, graduate and undergraduate admissions are ongoing. Visit ashesi.edu.gh to learn more.
What if your insurance loved you back? Whether it's protecting your home, your car, or your business, Loyalty Insurance is there to safeguard what matters most to you. And because loyalty goes both ways, we reward your trust with unparalleled service, competitive rates, and benefits that grow with you over time. It's our way of saying thank you for choosing loyalty. So if you're ready for a partner that values you as much as you value your peace of mind, look no further than Loyalty Insurance. Visit us at www.loyaltyinsuranceGH.com. With us, loyalty isn't just a promise, it's our way of life. Loyalty Insurance, your loyal partner.
Hey, Auntie Akos. My momo is finished, but I still want to buy some pepper.
Hey, you are still stressing. You haven't heard about Extra Balance from Forms Capital?
Extra Balance? Which one is that?
It's a good way to get a small boost for your momo wallet when the pockets are dry. Extra Balance will give you a little extra money to sort yourself out till your next top up.
So, even me, I can use it?
Of course! Extra Balance helps everybody. Market women, students, small traders. No wallet left behind. With Extra Balance from Forms Capital, you get a little extra when your wallet runs low. Also, the interest is only charged for the days you actually use the money. It's part of our mission to drive community growth and financial inclusion, because when everybody can move forward, we all win. Sign up for free on the Momo app, navigate to Financial Services, Advances, and select Extra Balance to register. Or dial *170#, select 5, select 3, then select 4 to activate Extra Balance. Live extra with Extra Balance.
Introducing the new Comfort Afterwash for Clothes. Contains a formula that makes clothes smell fresh and looking like brand new. After washing, add Comfort to your rinsing water before you dry. Step out and let your clothes do the talking. Grab the sachet from a provision shop or market near you now. Enjoy fragrance on your clothes for days. Comfort and Jibebia. This advert is FDA approved.
One emotion football brings, no matter the nation, is joy. The kind that makes strangers hug and grown adults scream like children. For years, we have cheered from couches, celebrated in front of screens, promising ourselves, one day I will be there. That one day is here. Joy is not someday. Joy is not far away. Joy is here. And this June, you are going to meet it. Book your 2026 World Cup experience with Adansi Travels, because some moments are not meant to be postponed. They are meant to be lived. Call Adansi Travels now on 0595 500 817 or 0531 008 550.
Watching DSTV means getting the TV you love. By staying connected, you get more. Catch all the big football games, blockbuster movies, kids shows, and endless entertainment without spending an extra peso. From 1st October 2025, pay for your subscription and get an instant upgrade to the next package. No doll and crow. Dial *759# now to stay connected. T's and C's apply. DSTV, your home of entertainment.
Uniforms too. I'm a prisoner.
Welcome back, and thank you very much for staying with us here on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. And very soon we'll activate the phone lines. Would love to find out from you, what do you think can be done to increase production, food production in this country? And look, I have seen lots of people suggesting, we must construct boreholes. In this country called Ghana, everything the central government touches turns into dust. And so we say most of the things we want to do, you can actually channel it through a financial institution. Help the people, and you're good to go.
Kofi, I agree with you, but when it comes to certain things too, we need to treat them as public infrastructure. The same way when it comes to roads, you would not tell people to go and look for loans to build their roads, right? Because they are public infrastructure. We have about 90,000 kilometers of roads in the country. If we even assume that the width of each road is 10 meters, you are looking at over 200,000 acres of roads done in this country. Okay. How many thousand acres of irrigation do we have? We always say that electricity penetration is 85, 86, 90%. It's because we have invested in Gridco, ECG. They do the national transmission system, then the distribution systems and everything. Then the end user, you get your meter and you connect your home. Why can't we see irrigation as necessary priority public infrastructure that we invest in everywhere? And we've done the analysis, and it makes sense that if the government did a 1,000 acre irrigation enclave proper in Bojuase, and they use it to plant a low value crop such as maize, at the end of every season, we'll create 6 million in value. Now, because it's irrigation, if they can do 2 seasons, that is 12 million Ghana cedis in direct sales value for the people in Bojuase. The input work, the other value chain activities, if you put it together, you are seeing an economy of, say, 30, 40, 50 million created in Bojuase because we decided to do just 1,000 acres for them. So, yes, we can give the financial institutions money to support farmers, to support businesses, get irrigation. That's one key thing we should do. But we should also see irrigation as public infrastructure. That every year we give ourselves a target that this year we'll do 10,000 acres. The following year we'll do 20,000 acres. When I was returning from Berlin and I was landing in Amsterdam, Charlie, I took photos. You see the way they've laid out their farms, water access to every place. A small country like Amsterdam producing far more food than the whole West Africa because they have water all year round. We should be able to do some of those things.
Well, we'll activate the phone line shortly, and I'll share an article that I read with you, Why Government is Different. And I agree, but you see, we have discussed these things for a very long time without much being done. Why don't we change the narrative? But before we do that, what chapter are you on in this your 2026 story? Is it the chapter of new plans, fresh starts, or finally saying yes to the things you've been putting off? With ABSA, you're supported at every step with tailored banking and finance solutions like loans, credit cards, and digital banking that help you save, plan ahead, and take control of life's big and small moments. So whatever chapter you're writing this year, let it end in a yes with ABSA. Your story matters. ABSA.
And Anglo Gold Ashanti wishes to alert the public to fraudulent job recruitment scams using the name of the company and its subsidiary Anglo Gold Ashanti Iduapre Mine. These fake advertisements and letters are not affiliated with Anglo Gold Ashanti in any way. Anglo Gold Ashanti never requests payments for jobs or authorizes third-party recruiters. If you want to verify vacancies, you go to the official website anglogoldashanti.com/company/careers, or you call 027-434-001. Reports comes to the nearest police station, and also follow the official media pages for Anglo Gold Ashanti Iduaprim and Obuasi Mines on Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. The names of their pages are Anglo Gold Ashanti Iduaprim Mine and Anglo Gold Ashanti Ghana.
Great. If you need fuel, well, make that smart stop at Star Oil, Ghana's largest oil marketing company, with over 240 stations nationwide. Beg your pardon. Star Oil gives you high quality fuel, great service, and real value for money, and that is why many Ghanaians are switching to Star Oil. And with a Star card, you can enjoy safe, cashless fueling and easy expense tracking wherever you go. Choose Star Oil for your quality, and affordable fuel.
And imagine walking home to where nobody ever pauses what they are doing online. Because the streaming, it's smooth and it's available. The girls are streaming the latest Netflix series. That special playlist is also rolling. Daddy is also on his usual Teams video calls. Uploads are uploading, downloads are downloading, and not a single person says, my data is finished. That's the power MTN Fiber gives you. Unlimited internet for endless streaming, endless connection, endless everything for your home. So now you get to enjoy a special range of unlimited fiber internet packages, whether you are a new or existing customer. Just log into the My MTN app now and tap broadband or dial *5057# to get your preferred unlimited MTN Fiber package. MTN, everywhere you go.
Now, Daniel Mate in Accra, but let me say that the phone lines have been activated now on 0302216541 and then 05511119997. Daniel Mate in Accra says, good morning, Winston. I published 3 articles and suggested that government should change the National Farmers' Day to National Irrigation Day. In it, I proposed to President Mahama to drill borehole for each district-best farmer. And by 8 years, we shall cease the importation of many vegetables into this country. Okay, Daily Graphic published it last year. Okay, well, every district best farmer. Okay, so it means that we'll get 261. But we're asking you this morning, what do you think we can do to boost production of food in this country, particularly when it comes to tomato, because we're faced with a challenge, because the tomato traders say they fear driving to Burkina Faso, and you say you like it when you buy the Burkina Faso variety. And someone just sent me a message that says he bought tomatoes from Angloga and it was just like the Burkina Faso variety.
Exactly.
So anyway, let's get to Spintex. Papa, good morning.
Yeah, this Papa Bisu, my brother.
Yes, Papa Bisu.
This kind of seasonal farming should be a thing of the past in Ghana. And it's painful to use the death of this our brothers and sisters as a wake-up call for government of Ghana to see to it that we have all year round farming, because how can we be traveling out of the country to be buying tomatoes and and onions like that? We should be producing them in Ghana here. You understand me? So there should be all-round farming. So the irrigation aspect must be intensified. Burkina Faso, they don't have water all year round. Can I have? Another aspect is this Commander Sugar Factory thing that is lying idle over there now. We established that factory just to produce sugar so that we cannot be importing sugar. Using so much dollars, that is not stabilizing our city to be importing sugar. We have that one too there. Government should see to it that factory works. I'm happy that we brought the factory into power. On board. That is the NDC government. But it's unfortunate that under the previous government it went dead. We are back. We have to make sure that factory works, because the idea behind it is just to do what? To stop people importing sugar. But it seems as if there is a click somewhere that is preventing that place, that factory to work. Please, they should see to it that this tomato issue, we all year round farming, please.
Okay, thank you very much, Papa Bisu. It means we can go to Tema, where Claude is. Claude, good morning.
Yeah, Winston, good morning.
Yes, Claude.
How are you doing?
God is still taking care of his children. How about you?
Yeah, I'm doing good.
Great.
Yeah, Winston.
Claude.
I think the greatest challenge we are having with agriculture in this country is the land tenure system. If you drive all along the Ada road, there's plain land. Most of it is not being cultivated. And I think having access to those lands, not only at that area, but most places, is the greatest challenge. The chiefs are sitting on the land and, even releasing it to their indigents, it's a challenge. If you want to do commercial farming, the rate at which they are going to charge you for farming is so exorbitant. And then the security of the land. A chief can give you a certain time frame. You put up your farm things. After a certain time, they say they need the land. when you've invested infrastructure on the land. I don't know the land tenure system in Burkina Faso, Ivory Coast, but here, I think our greatest challenge are our chiefs, and I think they should open up, release the lands for young people to easily have access to farm. I said it the other time, the Bagri Dam, the spillage, we should mobilize all the excavators and go and create a very big canal so that when they spill, we'll be able to channel this water like Suez Canal. They constructed Suez Canal, expanded it, ships are using it for transport. Why can't we do Bagri Ghana Canal to irrigate the whole of the country? Thank you very much.
Thank you very, very much, Claude. It means we can go to Kwabenya where Eben is. Eben, good morning.
Good morning, Winston. Hope you are doing well.
Eben, God is taking care of us. We believe you are fine too.
More than fine. Abang Papa or Hodia, why can't I be fine?
All right, share your thoughts with me.
For the sake of the conversation, let me say good morning to us, Minister of Agri, Honorable Erika Opoku. You see, Honorable Minister, you are doing well, and I think you can do better than even what you are doing, because it is not good at all for people to die on the way of trading. It is sad in this country. And for me, I believe what we can do all year round farming. You see, a tester even tells you a message. He said what he have written about 3 articles or so about how we should cancel this National Farmers Day and do it this week and do National Irrigation Day. And I think that idea it is good because when you compare Ghana and Burkina Faso, we are far better off when it comes to water than them. But why can they be doing tomatoes all year round for us to even go there and set things up into us? So I'm pleading. Also, what Papa Bishu said, I side with him. You see, it is in the era of NDC that this Commander Sugar Factory came into being. 8 years of bad governance, nothing went through. So, for me, I can't fathom what the trade minister is telling us. The same thing we did with the cocoa, and now look, we saw their mess, we closed our eyes on it, and now look, they had the guts to take their party executive as cocoa farmers to the farmers and follow them with pressmen to go and say that we are teaching the cocoa farmers. So please, Mr. Yes, don't laugh. I'm serious with what I'm saying.
I'm not laughing, Eben. Thank you very much.
I'm concluding.
Yes. Oh, I think we may have just lost you, which means we can go to Laura, where John is. John, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Yes, John.
Yeah, what a beautiful question you asked. I think my suggestion would be that we should cancel the National Farmers Day and turn all those money into farm input. For example, like fertilizer, cutlasses, the cocoa, farmers input. That one will help. Because, my brother, if you see someone who can take a national best farmer or a district or a regional best farmer by a political influence, I beg to differ. If government can suspend all this and every year, all the time, so fertilizer and farm input can be coming to the farmers at cheap price. You understand? And secondly, my big brother, you see the Black Volta, starting from the Hamley area, cut across to Wawes, then up to Bole Bamboy. Now the river bank is now very, very dirty by the Galamseys in the Burkina Faso. And let me put it on record, that river is not for the Burkina base. Now, our farmers in the dry season, that is where that they used to go and have their dry season farming. But look at the water now. It has now turned into brown volta. No more black volta. If I'll send you a video concerning this river right now after I finish the call.
Okay.
My big brother, the people of the Burkina Faso are now turning Ghanaians into like we're slaves to them. You know that our people used to go and trade there. Nowadays, what they are doing is they will just seize our whatever belongs to the Ghanaians whenever they are going to their Burkina markets to trade. But today is Laura Market Day. You go inside there and see the Burkina Faso there. So now, if our authorities are now not speaking, we also rise up because the Burkina people cannot take the law into their own hands. Now, from the Malay and then Violu going there, that is why they are doing the Galamsey. Right now, the water is very bad. You can no longer get fish. And that is where our fishermen used to get their daily bread. Now, those people that farm the tomatoes right now go inside the river banks to see the gardens. Very, very, very bad. Our gardeners are crying now. They will use everything to buy fertilizer and input, but because of the Galamsey water, the crops are not yielding.
All right, John.
Which is very bad.
Thank you very much, John in Laura. So we can get to Sukura, where Peter T is. Peter T, good morning.
Good morning, Winston. I hope all things are well.
God is taking care of us. I believe you're fine.
Good, I'm fine too. Let me seize this opportunity to say good morning to Honorable Jangma Vanderpool, Greater Accra Chief Executive Land Commission, and then Alaji Yaokundo of National Security Operation. Listen, today, what our farmers are facing is as a result of bad governance we had in the past regime, Nana Akufo-Addo and Bawumia regime. You know that about millions of Ghana cedis were used for importation of tomatoes into this country. And some people had complained several times that it was a bad attitudinal behavior of any government to be doing that. And today, what is the result? What are we facing today? You see, if we want really to make our own country a country of peace, a country of good governance, I think that individual who takes a leadership role must be able to up and do and clean up the system and make the system more available for people who want to enjoy, especially our families. Look at what we are facing today, and people want to attribute that rather to this present government. Are we serious? If we need to clean the system, we had to hold the previous government, another government, or their government responsible to answer to some of these questions. Because if care is not taken, we see, I think we are going to face a very serious problem that is coming to haunt us more in our future, rather than even what we think we are facing today, that people are criticizing that John Mahama government is not up and doing to make things good for people. We cannot face this problem.
Thank you very much, Peter T. in Sukura. Let's go to Southla and speak to Chidiak. Chidiak, good morning.
Winston, good morning.
Yes, Chidiak.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Why is it that we did not invite a Greek minister to the show?
Well, we've spoken to the Deputy Agric Minister.
I don't think that is enough because he's not the one who shared the money there. So he must come on board and let us know what are the plans. All this that we are talking about is leadership failure. River is from the north to the south, passing through Ghana. We shouldn't be complaining about things like this because our leaders are not helping us. They come to power and share the money among themselves. That is all it is. Common food, we can plan to feed our own people. And that's the beginning of life. Even water, we can give some to our people. And we have so much money circulating in this country. Look at the type of campaign they do with the money. They just share the money among themselves. We must begin to punish the people. Let them know they are suffering us. They are killing us. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Chidiake in Southla, which means we can go to Odoko where Antia is. Antia, good morning.
Good morning, Winston. How are you?
God is taking care of his children, Antia. I believe you're fine.
By God's grace, and your colleague, Winston, I think you said a lot this morning. You and your colleague, you said a lot this morning, and I hope if those in charge of this agric ministry will listen, I think we'll go far, because since 1957 we are still going to Burkina Faso to buy tomatoes. Look at what happened to these 8 people. Every government that comes has its own agenda, big push, this, that. They don't invest in agric. I'm asking, is it because they don't get anything from agric or what? Hello?
I'm listening.
Because they don't get anything from it.
Tell me.
Yeah, because you FMS talk. You brought people, you put down things that will help us to get what we want. But still, every government comes with its own agenda. Now we have the 24-hour economy. We have big push. We have this. We have basic things for farmers. Look at what the cocoa sector is facing. Now they are those in charge they've got 20% of their salary. It will help. They should invest in agric, bring modern tools, irrigation. Look at the waste. What's that dam? That Baumia went for that dam. I don't know what's the name.
There's the Pualugu Dam.
Hey, look at the money. Look at the money. Look at the waste. The waste. In fact, politicians, we should pray for them. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Antia in Odoko. Let's go to Katamanso. Francis, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Yes, Francis.
Listen, you had the lead.
Kindly speak up a bit for us, okay?
You had the lead, and you heard what most of the callers said this morning. In this country, our issues are embarrassing. Look, we have the land. Just plant, and that's what Daniel said. And I think every agric minister for the past 30 years should be ashamed of himself. You understand? Because we have the land. Plant tomatoes. Don't want to attend into an issue. Why can't we just do this? I mean, tomatoes. Look, we have to lose lives before. Look at what happened to our ministers and those who crashed because of Galamsey. Look, I spent 21 days in one of the towns in Eastern region in December. I'm telling you, yes, the current government is trying. I'm telling you, they are not trying enough. Look, Galamsey is happening every day. It's normal. Everybody is part of it. The police, the NCB. I'm telling you, the way they say you every day. I live there for 21 days. It's embarrassing if we don't set up as a country. Charlie, if listening to what we are even discussing now, I'm even embarrassed. As a citizen, I'm embarrassed that we have people, they speak all the best English, they have the ideas. Go to CSIR. They have developed several varieties. How to even implement them just to plant all the sorghum, everything. They have everything there. We have all the brains in this country, but yet we are not going nowhere. And I'm even embarrassed discussing this. I'll plead with the president. Charlie, these things we can resolve them. And people who are hurting us should also be hurt in the same way. We are being too nice as a country. I'm telling you, we are being way too nice. There are people who are really hurting the country, and we leave them and they go scot-free. Every year it happens. Look at the cocoa sector. Look, everything, the country seems to be in shambles. I pray to this current president, your mom, I know he could do it. And he's listening. It should really help us, because this thing must stop. But by 2026, we should be able to plant tomatoes because of this issue, to serve this country and even export some. Thank you very much. Okay.
Thank you very much, Francis from Katamanso, for joining us. You can also join us on 0302216541 and then 05511119997. But Kwame Nabokobi says, Winston and Kojo, let's introduce agriculture from basic school level. We're vast land across the country. Let's make it compulsory for MMDAs to all go into farming. Secondary schools and universities should go into farming. That's our only hope. But, well, we did agric science, right? When we're
yes, we did.
Yes, when we're all in basic school. Anyway, let's get back onto the phone lines. And Kofi, is in Kumasi. Kofi, good morning.
Good morning, Winston. How are you doing?
I'm fine. How about you?
I'm also doing fine.
Great. Share your thought with us.
Yes, what I think is that in Tampa, we have Akoto, tomatoes, and all that. We've heard of all this. So, what those who go to Burkina are claiming is that their product, the tomato product, is much quality than what we have in Ghana here. If that is so, then what is our CSIR doing? The Crop and Research Institute. We have set this institute to go into this. So is it that they cannot get us the best seed? Is it that the Burkinabés have done so well that they have gone deeply to make a research and get the best seed for their people to the extent that we travel all the way, take a risk to go and bring these tomatoes? If that is so, then I think it's a dent on our institutions. They should also speak. Please call them, call the CSR. Is it that we don't have that breed here? We don't have that seed here? What are they also doing to help our farmers? Because the farmers are ready to work. They are ready to produce quality tomatoes. But they're not getting the seed. Is it that they're not getting the seed? If you go to Kumau, there are some guys, even the youth. You see, this, if you do it well, it will also help our economy. It will strengthen our currency. The currency that you, Winston, and I, and many good, well-meaning Ghanaians always try that our currency should appreciate. That is what we are looking for.
All right. Thank you very much, Kofi in Kumasi. Let's get to Nungwa. Godwin, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, Godwin.
Yeah, thanks so much for the good work you are doing. In fact, if I want to talk, maybe I will say something that will not be okay. What is going on now? The problem is our political parties. These two political parties, we have NDC and NDP. They are a problem in this country. Look at someone, they've given you money, if they say whatever, we did go down, whatever. They spend a lot of money, they wasted the money, and there's nothing to show. Look at our fertile land, go to water region. Look at the land there. A whole country plant tomato, just a tomato. And some people have the idea, the good idea, Burkina Faso, are they better than Ghana? In fact, it's okay. Thanks so much.
Thank you very much, Godwin. From Nungwa, let's go to Medina. Ali, good morning.
Good morning, Winston. How are you doing?
Ali, I'm fine. How about you?
We thank God. Winston, for me, I think I'm coming from a different angle a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
We've always been complaining government every day. Since. We've never seen any results. Why don't we now turn out to look inward and see within ourselves, what are we doing also to help better our own lives? We've been in this country. Ghanaians have insatiable taste for foreign stuff. I heard someone was telling me, I went to the market to get onion, and then they said, oh, the Ghana onion is not sweet, but the Burkinabe onion is, when you do stew with it, it's, some flimsy excuses. And we always do this. How can the farmers who grow onions and tomatoes in Ghana get money and reinvest in their farms so that they also become self-sufficient to be able to be producing more to feed all of us? When we don't regard what we grow, but we have a taste for foreign stuff, this is not going to help us. The politicians, they are few. I always say this to my people. The politicians are few. We are many. The civilians in the country, we are more than the politicians. If we try to, help ourselves, better ourselves, the politicians will also fall in line. But it seems like we are behaving like the sheep and then the wolf. Everybody is trying to follow the master, who is not also willing to help us because he feels like what we want is what he will give to us, and what we want is not what will be best for us too. Thank you very much, Winston.
Thank you very, very much, Ali, for joining us. We go to Kumasi. Kofi?
Yeah, Winston.
Yes, Kofi.
Yes, this is Kofi Badrimba.
Oh, you're back.
Yes. Winston, where is Kojo Jansen?
He's on leave.
Oh, okay. He's so handsome. Look, I agree with the last caller. We, the citizens, if we act angry, politicians will take us serious. I recall that during Kufuor's time, they told us they have established tomato factory at Akoto, which works in the night. I think they said it was a story building, a very nice edifice. What happened to that? Can you establish a factory without taking into consideration how you get the raw materials to feed the factory? If indeed Kufuor established that factory, why didn't he make sure that we produce enough tomatoes in Ghana so that we can use to feed the factory? You see, politicians always take us for granted. Now, look at Burkina. We go to Burkina to buy tomatoes, onions, and the rest. Formerly, we used to produce tomatoes in the large quantities at Dema, Akoto, and the rest. What has happened? They have sold the lands to the Galamseyers. And so, I mean, and the Galamsey is eating into our flesh, and no politicians care because they are involved in the Galamsey business. We have tried so much to bring to an end the Galamsey menace, but the more we try, the more people get involved in the Galamsey, and the government of the day is not able to fight the Galamseyers. So it is sad that our market women will go to Burkina and die in the manner they have died. But the politicians today, they will say, oh, we'll do this, we'll do that, we'll do that. Let's give ourselves 2 months. Everything is forgotten. What is this? What is this?
Kofi,
anyway,
thank you very, very much. Let's go to Sakumono, where Samuel will be our last caller. Samuel, good morning.
Please, good morning.
Yes,
my
sir.
brother, do you know something?
Please tell me.
Even though when you go to Asuchare, they are farming rice. Rice farming is over there. The 5 kg, our local rice 5 kg, you cannot even buy. It's very, very expensive than the foreign one. So if you are encouraging we Ghanaians to eat our own food, and our own food is very, very expensive than the foreign one, do you think I can go and buy the local one?
Tell me.
So they should do something about the local one. If the government will subsidize the local one for us to even...
Oh, we've lost you, Samuel. Oh, sorry about that. Samuel in Sakumono making that point. Kojo, about, subsidies. The fact that things that we produce locally are sometimes also very expensive.
Yeah.
So you have the traders going outside because they would like to make profit. Okay, so they'll go outside, bring it. But when I don't know, but I buy tomatoes from Joapong because I have a farm around that side. When it's in season, that is so affordable.
It's so cheap.
Yeah. Now, Edwin in Takrady says, Winston, let's change the vehicles for transporting tomatoes. In Europe, fresh tomatoes are transported from southern Italy to Denmark and Norway, and they arrive fresh because they use reefer trucks. In
Yes.
Ghana, we use open trucks with grass and wooden boxes. When I was presiding member in the assembly, the rate of replacement of refuse containers at the market is the highest because of rotten fruits and vegetables. Now, this one says, why don't we enforce household gardening? Every household must plant tomatoes and pepper or have a fruit plant in your house. In this country, when you speak the truth to the people, they will insult you and even call for your head or on a spike like someone has done to me this morning. Why must we be complaining year-round with nothing to show? Let us just privatize this country to someone who is determined to run it as a thriving business. And this one too, we should wait for prophecies of common sense from the executive prophet, Anthony. Well,
Winston, somebody said something about Dema, right? That, we used to grow tomato and vegetables in Dema. That's true. You know, we've recently built a nice road from Bichim through Dema to Osuoso and Bichim through Techimentia to Afrancho. Beautiful road. It cuts your travel time by like 1 hour.
Okay.
But we built a road. Nobody has made commensurate investment in agri production. So yes, Dema is there. That's where my father-in-law is from. I passed there last month. We are building infrastructure without actually putting up a lot of the productive infrastructure to support the basic building blocks of our economy. So what gains will we make?
What gains would we make? This one says, for me, I'm not so surprised. 28 years ago, I met some Burkinabe students studying agric engineering, crop science, and livestock in Rostov-on-Don universities in Russia than Ghanaians. Could you believe that there were many Ghanaians studying law and catering, hotel management than other African countries? Thank you, Joy FM. Nana Inoyibi. We'll be right back with more of your thoughts.
I'm going on leave.
Hey, Abna, every year when you take your leave, you travel. Last 2 years, Dubai. Last year, Singapore. Hey, so this year, where are you going to?
This year, I'm going to change on channel.
But how are you able to do this, Abna? Because the last time I tried, I got scammed.
Oh, I booked my travels with Waka Now. They have well-curated holiday packages for your holiday plans. This includes your visa, hotel, travel insurance, tours and flights, and everything.
That is nice. But how can I reach them?
Call 024-243-551. Follow at Waka Now Ghana. Visit wakanow.com.gh. Download our app or walk into our travel centers in Accra, Kumasi, Takoradi, and Tamale. Waka Now. Let's go.
From Accra to Paris and now to London, Amoah presents Women of Valor London 2026 under the theme The Pursuit of Fearlessness. Come and listen to actress and television presenter Amoah McBrown from Ghana, actress Kate Henshaw from Nigeria, Leslie Batchelor, CEO of Export Boot Camps and former Director General UK Institute of Export and International Trade from the UK, Deborah Shanley, survivor of sexual abuse from the USA, and from France, Clarisse Magnan, senior partner and managing director of McKinsey France. Join us on 7th March 2026 at the London Hilton on Park Lane. Call 0556 749872 or 0551 557700 for our travel package. Visit www.womenofvalor.co for more details. Women of Valor London 2026 is in association with ECOWAS Bank for Investment and Development, Goldport Jewelry, Lexus Global, Travel Wings, and Joy 99.7 FM.
Hello, Ghana. Are you ready for the Joy News Impact Makers Awards 2026? The time is now. Nominations are officially open. Yes, who is that community hero in your corner? Who is that selfless individual bringing hope, dignity, and smiles to your community? Do you believe he or she deserves a national or even global recognition? Then don't wait. Send us a link or short videos and pictures showcasing the works of your impact maker, together with a one-page write-up detailing how this ordinary person is making life better for you and your community. Email your nomination to impact.makersawards@myjoyonline.com. Remember, it's strictly one nomination, one entry per person, so make sure the nominee is your best. Nomination closes on 28th of February 2026. This is your chance to put the spotlight on a community champion making real impact. Don't miss it. Joy News Impact Makers Awards, celebrating ordinary people making extraordinary impacts.
Asampa etia Obanyansafo so wo bunubia won kana asam Te mafutu sam kakre wa asopeme Yo kofi chata ya waren Wonsom wanini pa Asa tipa wofyo Ya moya mbera ye Ebe ya ifuyana Omae ya umano Omae ya memana Adi waya no ya Nyami chata ya manarenya Wonsom wanini pa Sawa ya wanabe Ya moya mbera ye Ebe ya ifuyana Wonsom wanini pa Asa tipa wofyo Ya moya mbera ye Yamishira, Mamani Paya, the Foa, and Yanum. Yafanya Misroya, Jumana, Yami Besrayan, O'Brien, Boya, Amoah, Murae, Abeya, Efianara, Amabaya, Efianara, Ejanova Profo.
Welcome back, still live here on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. And this message from Nana in Oyibi, that 28 years ago, Nana met more Burkinabe students studying agric engineering, crop science, and livestock in Rostov-on-Don universities in Russia than Ghanaians. Could you believe that there were many Ghanaians studying law, catering, hotel management, and other African nationals? You know, when I was struggling with the feed for my pigs, you know what I did?
What did you do?
So I called a friend of mine who studied, he's a medical doctor now, but he studied agric, science at the KNUST. So I called him and I said, Charlie, you work for Nungwa Farms those days, Charlie, you sort me out. It was like, I'm not getting the feed right. And he said, there's this friend, and you know him, you went to GSS with him. His project work was in pig feed. So call him. He would show you what to do. So I called the guy and I said, but you, my guy, me and you, why you don't show me this thing? He said, but you never asked me. So I asked him. Then he said, okay, so use this, use that. Instead of using a lot more rice bran, use more wheat bran.
Yeah.
Use this, use that. A lot of these things, you may not need them because you probably cannot afford it. They're expensive. Look, based on what he showed me, Kojo, today it's cheaper, the feed that I buy, but I can also say that the animals within 5 to 6 months after birth could weigh between 80 and 100.
Until Jiska.
That be, you're feeding them.
You're getting better feed and better meat and better money. You say that be.
So that's it. And so I can agree with the research bit. Look, research is important. And if people study, and we'll talk about CSIR shortly because some people ask about varieties.
Yes. But, in fact, let me give you that before we get into this. Do you know that it costs just about $30,000 to create a new variety of any crop? $30,000. Convert to cedis at current exchange rates. It's not even 350,000 Ghana cedis. Let's go to CSIR and see the budgetary allocation we give to CSIR. In fact, yesterday I was talking to one old professor. I don't want to mention her name. And when we're talking, the issue of research funding came up. And the conversation we've had. Go to UCC, KNUST, University of Ghana, look at their annual research reports. And the last time we checked University of Ghana, about 99% of the research funding is coming from external sources. The only local source that had given some money to some researchers in University of Ghana to do some work was KGL.
Great, Kojo. But let me tell you about the Joy News Impact Makers Award 2026 nominations that are open. Do you know a community hero changing lives with selfless service? Nominate them now. Submit short videos, photos, and one-page write-up to impact.makersawards@myjoyonline.com. Strictly one nomination per person. Deadline is the 28th of February 2026. Joy News Impact Makers celebrating ordinary people making extraordinary impacts. And that nationwide recognition starts here.
And Kingdom Books and Stationery is your number one supplier of quality office essentials. Go to kingdomstoreonline.com. Buy everything you need. They'll deliver to your homes and offices within a reasonable time. And if you're in Accra and Tema, they offer free delivery for you. You can pay via Momo across all networks. It's kingdomstoreonline.com. Terms and conditions, however, apply at Kingdom. Quality and affordability is their hallmark.
The Noguchi Memorial Institute for Medical Research invites you to Quality Week 2026 under the theme Sustainability Beyond Accreditation. Join us on Monday, 23rd February 2026 at 9 a.m. at the Noguchi Memorial Institute for Medical Research Conference Hall. The event will be graced by Honorable Emmanuel Amakofibua with a keynote address by Yaon Sakon, former Executive Vice President at Unilever. It will be hosted by Professor Dorothy Yabuamenu and chaired by Professor Alfred Yossen. Quality Week 2026, moving beyond accreditation to lasting excellence. All stakeholders are invited.
And the Infansipim Old Boys Association, MOBA, will hold its 11th MOBA Annual National Conference on Saturday, 21st of February 2026 at the Accra Church Conference Room at 9 a.m. prompt. The guest speaker is Nana Sambru Butler, MOBA 1969. All old boys must make it a point to attend. Send a message via WhatsApp 050-318-6258 for registration details. Official hashtag is MANC2026. Kwabuche, Ginger Khan, Inyanum.
Now, this March, Lady Sam hosts her 7th International Women's Day Conference. Include Her 2026, an exclusive strictly by invitation event spotlighting women's voices, rights, and leadership, which is in conjunction with the second Shime Star Influential Awards, where leaders shine. The event takes place on the 5th of March from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. under the theme Include Her, Her Rights, Her Voice, Our Action. The event features an inspiring lineup of speakers, including Patience Osekre, Sonia Ibrahim, and other distinguished voices. This is strictly by invitation. Include Her because women deserve to be seen, heard, and included.
And Charlie, 6th to 8th of March, we are going on.
Yes.
We are going.
The safari
Charlie. Sharp. Pope Neneche. You know say House of Folk keeper ready to say
Benjamin Asari.
You know say on the gloves. You know say mate near we bus.
Benjamin Asari do yard.
Charlie, this March we are inviting you to escape the city properly. When we say properly, we mean properly. And from the 6th to the 8th of March, we are taking you to the safari experience, the Joy FM safari experience. It's a 3-day luxury adventure with Safari Valley and Aqua Safari. Okay, Winston, the thing we've been talking about, the scenic morning drive, early morning driving up the mountain. Yes, just picture that. Okay, we have the guided wildlife encounters, the luxury cabins tucked into nature, and an evening bonfire by the canal. Yes, dinner under the stars, stories flowing freely, Winston. We're just going to have a good time. Okay. And we'll rise early for a sunrise hike along the Krapim Ridge. Breathtaking views, golden light, unforgettable moments. And just when you think it can't get better, we'll head to Aqua Safari as well. So we have the lakeside dinners, the island boat rides. Look, Yekosem. Basically, Yekosem. Say bam. Okay, it's not just a trip. It's nature, it's comfort, it's adventure, curated the Joy FM way, and it's a Joy FM safari experience happening 6th of March to 8th of March. We have limited spaces available, and it's a premium experience, okay? So stay tuned. We'll tell you more about this and how you can sign up for the Joy FM safari experience.
And that brings us to the end of the Super Morning Show. But before you do, Kojo, yes, you're talking about CSIR. Yeah?
Yes. We need to fund them. We need to fund them. And I have a big question for the Minister of Food and Agric. The season is just about starting. The inputs promised to farmers, have they landed on the shores of the country?
Good question.
The inputs promised to farmers. We are talking about tomatoes, so let me just limit it to tomatoes. Have tomato inputs landed? The seed, the fertilizer, the crop protection. What stock of inputs do we have in this country at the moment?
Great. And that'll be all from us here on the Super Morning Show. My name is Winston Amoah.
My name is Kojo.